What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Troxel Sports Talk. We are going live for the Detroit Pistons and Brooklyn Nets at the Barclays Center. What's going on, RIP Juice, Greenwald Tree, James Willis, West Branch Ball, Dwayne Boatwright? How's everybody doing? All right, Brooklyn, I see you. Got the 824 in yellow. Doing a little tribute to Kobe Bryant. What's going on, Art? What's going on, Lance Hayward? Oh man, they got two things of flowers on the seat. Great to see you too, Art. What's going on, RIP Juice? What's going on, Maddie? How's it going? What's going on, MonStar? I appreciate that, MonStar. So I'm gonna definitely figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow and Friday, as well as I believe Saturday. Hopefully, we can have do about 3 games leading up to Sunday's Pistons game and then the Super Bowl. What's going on, Kurt? Says, what's up? Go Pistons. Absolutely. I don't know what you mean, Greenwall Tree. I appreciate that, Art. If you guys are not subscribed to Arthur and Monstar, definitely do so. Uh, Monstar is part of the Sports Movement Network Entertainment. Arthur brings great Laker content. And we are definitely trying to get him monetized in 2020. All he needs is his watch hours. No, man, we gotta have strict rules, Greenwall Tree. That's the thing about YouTube. It doesn't matter if they're not on right now. Eventually, they might be able to see this stream, and I want to lead by good example. So, what is going on, Carlo Abatangelo? Abatangelo? Hopefully, I said your name right, and I didn't botch it. Says hi from Italy. Shout out to Italy. What's going on, Asia? Oh, absolutely. R.I.P. to Kobe and Gigi. For those of you that are new and see the Kobe Bryant and Mamba mentality, I'm going to be keeping that all year long. Yeah, Kobe did live in Italy. Oh, absolutely. Do it for Kobe. I do want to say shout out to Spencer Dinwiddie, changed his number to 26. Ironically, 2 plus 6 equals 8. His original number this year was 8, but due to Kobe Bryant, he changed it to 26. He did it for 20 plus 6, which is both of his kids' birthdays. And so it means a lot to him, So shout out to Spencer Dinwiddie. And then following suit, Markeith Morris, Detroit Pistons. His number was 8. He changed it to 88. Appreciate that, Arthur. What's going on, Eric? What's going on, El Kai Productions? That's what's up. Lance says, Troxel have a great stream. I can finally watch the Detroit Pistons. That's what's up. Oh man. Hey, yeah, I seen Shaq yesterday. Man, let's just put it this way. Don't watch that if you didn't want to cry. Seeing Shaq out of all people balling like he was, man. He definitely lost a brother. And ironically, it was right after he lost his sister. He just lost his sister within a few weeks. Hey, Tony Snell is back. Derrick Rose is back today. So our starters is going to be Derrick Rose, Bruce Brown, Tony Snell, Sekou Doumbouya, and Andre Drummond. Brooklyn's going to be Kyrie Irving, Garrett Temple, Joe Harris, Torian Prince, and Garrett Allen. What's going on, Johnny Favor? Says Blake Griffin sucks. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when healthy, he's still a star. But man, he is looking rough this year. I'm actually kind of happy that he's actually he was smart enough to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm done for the year. I need to get surgery, get my body right, and let's come out and come back stronger. Okay, Carlos says I'm a fan of the Nets. That's what's up. I am a Detroit Pistons fan, but I do welcome Brooklyn Nets fans. Let's have some fun today. Hopefully you enjoy it, and you can subscribe, and we can rock out the rest of the year.
And Taurean Prince
All right,
controls for
Brooklyn has the ball first, so they'll start the fourth quarter with the ball.
That matchup in the middle going to be pivotal tonight. Both of those guys, Allen and Drummond, had 20-point games in that game on Saturday in Detroit. Irving, Allen inside.
Garrett Allen for a dunk.
And that's the one thing when you talk about chemistry, getting everybody on the same page, having to switch starting lineups, getting Kyrie back, because they have similar players. Kyrie Irving, Spencer Dinwiddie, these guys can do so much off the bench, or scoring, off the ball.
Here's Snell off the weak side pin down. A little bit strong. Snell back in the lineup after missing some time with the flu. And speaking of different starting lineups, the Pistons have 24 different starting lineups. That's second most in the NBA. Drummond almost took that one off the rim, and back comes Bruce Brown.
All right. Why isn't it?
Drummond with position on Taurean Prince. They got a mismatch, but couldn't get it to him. Here's Rose. Derrick Rose with that floater. That's one of his patented shots, that time off the mark. Pistons come into the game 17 wins against 31 losses. That's Prince from downtown.
And Prince is one of those players that, you feel like you get a great night from him, and then, there's other nights where you're kind of looking for more. So this is a good start for him, knocking down his first shot.
Lob inside. Drummond hammers it home. Was talking about the success that he's had against Brooklyn. In 4 of the last 5 games against the Nets, he's had more than 20 points and 20 rebounds as Irving hits the three.
I am not sure why this is not working.
Kyrie Irving, we mentioned, had 45 against Detroit on the weekend. In a game that went into overtime, his Sekou Doumbouya, just turned 19 years old. Snell took the contact, and he's fouled. One more look at Kyrie Irving getting off early here.
Yeah, and look, Kyrie can do so much. And just right there, you got to come over. You got to, because no one person can guard Kyrie. And then here, you're back on the pick and roll, that pop-up three. You might have to go underneath him if it's that far out, because that's just a walk-up three for him.
Side out of bounds. Pistons basketball. Drummond backing down Allen. Drummond keeping it alive. Great effort inside and ripped by Kyrie Irving.
Okay, I do not know why my thing is not
That bounce pass never made it to Allen. There's Doumbouya, who's had some pretty decent moments as a rookie. That pass out of bounds. They're going to say Detroit basketball. Ed Malloy and Jason Goebel are officials.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Something at 9:30 in the first quarter.
Because every possession counts, Richard.
All right, I am trying to figure out why there is a timeout called, so I do have to mute the game audio for copyrighted music and commercials. I'm trying to figure out why I can't bring in the basketball court. It's not refreshing, and I'm wondering why. All right, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to have the basketball court up. All right, you guys. So I'm not going to be able to do that. So we will do it like this then. Hold on. Yeah, so I don't know why I cannot do the basketball court that I normally do. But so I got the players that are going to be on the court and the box score on. See what I missed so far. Asia says I choked up. Yeah. Yeah, I did too, Asia. It was bad. Watching Shaq cry, that was mad. Eric says hi, James Willis. West Branch Ball says Detroit basketball. I want Drummond for the Lakers and Rose, says Eric. Jew says, I saw that video of Kobe in the AC Milan kit. Eric says, West Branch Ball, what's up?
Yes, it was my rookie year.
What do you remember most about that series?
Not having a chance. That's what I remember most about that series. They were just so impressive. They were such a machine. Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. You know, really, the only other duo I would say would probably be and Jordan, as you see.
Jared Allen
with the dribble and
Jared Allen with a monstrous jam.
Second-year pro out of Texas, averaging a little
Bruce
over
Brown with basketball.
9 points per game. He's got 4 so far.
Andre to Tony Snell.
Tony Snell. Snell with the floater,
Tony
a little
Snell
bit strong.
missed.
Drummond with the rebound.
Andre Drummond with the rebound.
Leading the NBA in rebounds and gets the putback. You look at his numbers.
Man, they needed that.
Boy,
it is 10-4. Brooklyn
points,
with the lead.
16 boards a game. That's all-star type material.
They are all-star type numbers, and especially in the day and age where it's very, very difficult for big men, or traditional big men in this league, because so many guys are stretched and just roll.
Kyrie misses
Kyrie
the
left
three.
it a little bit
got
short.
his own rebound.
Irving inside.
And got the lay-in.
Kyrie Irving playing with a lot of energy here in the first quarter. Coach Kenny Atkinson told us that they had a very spirited, almost cathartic practice yesterday.
Which one, Asia?
Kyrie
The one about there's
especially
a petition
intense.
to get them off the air?
He's fouled there by
Are you talking
Bruce
about
Brown.
TMZ on that?
That's his first.
Or about
Kyrie,
how
he's one person that kind of knows he knows his shot if it's off.
Found out
he's just going to put forth all
the
of
way
that
we
extra
all found
effort.
out
This
via
night,
TMZ.
We know as a lot of players.
What's
are
going
all
on,
trying to
NHL
tribute
kid?
To Kobe Bryant. In second effort, we're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Allen inside. He's already got 4. The first foul against Drummond.
Can we talk about Kenny Atkinson's challenge?
Please do.
So Kenny
was
Atkinson,
overturned.
It
All right,
was
guys,
overturned.
to make sure that
that's one of the more unique ones to get the possession back when the score is 8-2.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I haven't seen one used that early all season.
If that's true, though, like
spins.
There might be a lawsuit on that.
Drummond tasked with handling a lot from the nail this year. Tough shot and a great contest by Allen, sprinting the floor. They got a 5-on-4. Joe Harris, the open man, and left it short. Snell with the rebound.
Tony Snell.
Drummond was cherry picking at the other end. They didn't see him. A long 2 by Doumbouya off the mark, and here's Kyrie. Little step through move. Prince for 3.
Wide open.
Great
this
hustle
is a
by
3,
Allen.
but did it come down with the rebound? What is Detroit
Jared Allen
doing?
with some tremendous effort, and they convert.
And Garrett
with the 3,
Temple
so
with
the
a triple
by Allen converts into a 3 by Garrett Temple, and a timeout Detroit.
All right, Detroit calls the timeout. Man, if I'm Dwayne Casey, I'm ripping into somebody today. Like, I'm sending somebody to the locker room. Go take a shower. You're done. I bet you that's going to resonate to everyone else on that bench. What's going on, Luca? Yeah, if it disconnects, you guys, just hang tight. I don't know what's going on. We have, like, right now, the way what I'm looking at, there's no effort. That's why I said somebody's going to the showers early today. Because I'm going to straight out tell them, look, you don't want a paycheck? Hit the showers. Goodbye. You know? And that would literally resonate through the entire team. Like, we're not taking no nothing. You don't want to perform at a high level? Hit the showers and go back to Detroit. All right, Asia. But yeah, I mean, you're a professional. You're getting paid to perform at a high level. If you're not going to perform at a high level, hit the showers and go home. And we'll suspend you when you get back. I bet you everything I have that they would seriously shape right back up like, oh, they not playing. I better start performing at a high level. All right.
Losing 6 out of 8.
So
They've
Derrick
kinda
Rose
turned
brings
things
it
around
up
a little bit, playing better basketball, Richard. Winning in New Orleans and then a nice one last night in Miami.
Yeah, and a rare home loss for Miami. So, that was a big win.
All right,
sometimes
gave
it
it
only
up to
takes
Langston,
1 or 2
who gives
wins to
up
kinda
to
get you back
Andre.
on track and get your team feeling the mojo again.
Speaking of getting back
Andre
on
to
track, how did the
Marquise.
Pistons find a little bit of offense here?
Marquise
not
off
like
the
that.
front of the iron.
No, I think the beginning of this game is going to be emotional for a lot of guys. So just getting into
Stolen
a rhythm,
by Tony Snell.
going slow enough as you see someone's down.
Got a player down, a Piston down at the other end as
And Andre Drummond with
gets
the
the
lay-in.
short jump hook to go.
Langston
That looks
Galloway
like Langston Galloway, a
still
little bit
down.
foggy right now.
Got hit in the face. He just got
Trying to
back
shake
up.
off the cobwebs.
Guard your man, though.
Like
What
he
are you
might have taken a
doing?
blow to the face. The Pistons survived that defensive sequence,
right,
and here's
rebounded
Derrick
by
Rose.
Derrick
Rose has
Rose.
been relatively
Drives
quiet
it, gets
until
fouled,
now.
and the
D.
basket.
Rose getting in deep and converting at the rim.
And that's what Derrick Rose has been for them all year long.
Cut the lead to
down
single
a little
digits.
bit, need a little bit of energy, puts his head down. And yes, when we talked to Dwayne Casey, he says he doesn't have that same explosiveness, but his ability to finish around the rim, shooting almost 50% this year, that's a level
Yeah,
of
Damien,
efficiency.
she's
very,
that
very
person that
difficult
was
for
on
guards to
CNN
achieve.
News needs to be fired. Point
that
blank,
really
period.
Permeates the
You don't say
locker
words
room
like that.
in a valuable way for the Pistons is his sense of modesty. When you look at some of the younger guys on this squad that
All right,
saw and
9
remember
to
Derrick Rose
16.
as an MVP back in 2011.
Kyrie Irving drives it, kicks it out to Joe Harris.
There's
Joe
Harris
Harris kicks
inside
it out
and Allen
to
blocked.
Allen, who got it
Rose
blocked.
in transition.
Derrick Rose
Getting
to
all
the
the way
lane.
to the basket, couldn't cash.
Missed it.
Derrick Rose averaging, as you mentioned,
Joe Harris
18
brings it
points
up.
a game. Might have a shot as a
Kyrie
reserve.
Irving thought about the three,
The
drives
Eastern Conference
it.
All-Star team in his
shoots it,
native Chicago. That's
Missed
going to be
it.
an offensive goaltending
Basket
call against
interference
Allen.
called on
And I
Jared
think he
Allen.
should be a reserve. When you look at it right now with all the injuries that this team has had and you see Kyrie going up for a layup, this is the one that they wanted on Drummond. Drummond almost took it off the rim earlier in this game, but I believe Derrick Rose, legitimately, you look at his numbers,
What's going
his
on,
shooting
Noshi?
percentage, the way he has helped carry this team with Blake Griffin being out and all the injuries. I definitely believe that as a team in the playoffs, he should be an all-star.
Andre Drummond with the jam.
Andre Drummond over the top of Jared Allen.
Goodness
On his
gracious.
head.
That looked personal.
We mentioned the fact that
Detroit's
he's had
on a 7-0 run.
4 20-point, 20 rebound games in the last 5 games against them.
Jared Allen with his dunk of his own.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Don't quit your J
Wow.
job. What's going on,
Get the
Dad
feeling
boy?
The game just started.
Ah,
Tipped up and no good. Here's Joe Harris back. Garrett Temple on the drive.
Temple got it fouled.
Go to the basket.
Basket is no
by
good.
Galloway. One more look
Goes
at those
to the free
dunks.
throw line for
Look
two.
at Drummond. Just great pass by Morris. And chest to chest with Jared Allen. And Jared Allen, obviously, he's feeling a little bad, so you know he was going to go up and try and finish it. Look at that. That's how you compete. That's what it's about. Look, it's okay. Everyone's going to get dunked on.
Right.
But best believe, if I get dunked on or if somebody gets dunked on, your next inclination is to go and dunk on somebody else. Great attack by both big men.
Garrett Temple makes the first. There is some copyright music that I do have to mute it for. All right.
Jared Allen and his ability to
So
block
I think I found out
shots,
what I'm going to be doing on Saturday.
You've seen him from time to time block some very prominent names. The
I'm going to do that
who's who of the
Sixers,
NBA at the rim.
Celtics game.
Trying to punch one on him.
And he reminds me of one of the old shot blockers, the Alonzo Mourners, the Dikembes. They know that they're going to get dunked on, but they don't care. They only care about blocking shots and protecting the rim for the team.
Okay, Reggie Jackson is in the ball game.
Kenny Atkinson, a big
Shoots
Jared Allen
a three
fan, as
and
Reggie
gets
Jackson,
it. Let's
checked into the ball
go.
game, hits the three. Reggie Jackson, remember, folks, missed after the first two games that he played in this season, sat out pretty much the next 2 months, and just recently came back after missing
Garrett Temple back
about
to Kyrie
35
Irving.
games. Kyrie with a nice show and go.
Kyrie with a
And that's
jumper.
a lack of communication there by Detroit. A simple dribble, handoff, dribble, weave, and two players go with Garrett Temple. You can't leave the guy, Kyrie, that just had
All right,
47 on
Reggie
you.
Jackson.
Here's
to Marquise
Morris over to Drummond.
To Drummond. To Langston.
Galloway
Langston
guarded by Irving.
shoots
Tough
it.
fadeaway.
Misses
And rebounded by Allen.
Garrett Allen with the rebound. Kyrie brings it up.
Kyrie
shoots
with a
a
long
three. Misses it.
And
Andre
Drummond clears.
rebounds it.
Keep an eye on Reggie Jackson. He has
Reggie
about
Jackson
a
to Tony
22
Snell. Back
minute,
to Reggie.
minute
Back to
restriction,
Snell.
according to head coach Dwayne Casey, coming off of that back injury.
To Andre
Kept
Drummond.
him out for a couple of months.
To Marquise.
Nice
to a
backdoor cut
cutting.
by Snell. Out to
Langston.
Galloway, and he knocks down the three.
With
And
the
that's great
triple.
ball
Let's
movement by
go.
Detroit. You see Drummond at the kind of the
What's
high
going
post
on,
trying
Bad
to get the ball
Tattoo?
into Morris. Great
No,
back
that
cut,
is
great
illegal.
extra pass.
So I will
You get
not
an
ever
easy shot
show
for Galloway.
video streaming.
Side corner three, good.
That would take me out the
By
game.
Garrett Temple.
What do you call it? For March Madness, that would
Talk
take
about
me out the
great
game for
influences on the court
Sunday
and in the
Super
locker
Bowl.
room. Garrett Temple.
Yeah, that'll
Key
never
player in that
happen.
sense for the Brooklyn Nets. Jackson going to try another three. That one's strong.
But we have fun over here,
Kyrie
so
with
if
the
you want to
board,
hang
under 3
out,
minutes to go here in the first
you know,
quarter. Detroit
you're
trying
more
to
than
snap the
welcome, man.
three-game losing
We have
streak.
fun
Brooklyn
over here.
trying to make a move in the Eastern Conference right now, number 8. As Irving will take a seat, Dinwiddie into the ball game.
Hey,
Harris and Allen
West Branch
also
ball, that he was good.
take
He was
a
just
seat.
asking.
DeAndre Jordan back in the lineup for the first time here tonight and playing for the first time in
Bad
6
Tattoo,
games.
stay in the
The
stream.
result of a
There was
dislocated
misunderstanding.
right middle finger.
But yeah, West Branch ball, he was good. He was just
Back out to
asking.
Jordan. Richard, I want to ask you, have you ever played with a busted digit? Finger, dislocated, broken, anything like that?
Yeah, dislocated.
And how tough is it?
It depends on what hand it is, you know, and really just how bad it is. Because it can be
Harris
broken, it
misses
can
it.
be dislocated.
Rebounded
you can
by
just pop it back,
Andre.
as you see.
Reggie Jackson
Three
brings
guys
it
in a
up.
little bit of a tangle there on the other end of the court.
Speed.
A high look has checked into
Oh,
the
man, you
ball
could
game
have
for the
shot it
Pistons
right there.
sharpshooter. Shooting right around 40%
right,
from
to
downtown in the
Andre.
season. He was starting until recently.
To Marquise.
Morris with the step
over
back.
Karis
Got it.
LeVert and
that's
got
his
it.
shot right there. You've seen they try to go to him on the post. He's one of those hybrids where he's a 3, a 4. He
Three
can
wall
post up
Teresa
smaller
goes by.
players.
Oh, all right. I
Look it
see
inside by DeAndre Jordan.
ya. DeAndre Jordan got the alley-oop
Morris with that
layup.
bucket a moment ago. Cassidy telling us earlier that he
Thought he was going to
switched
jam it
his
home,
number
but
to 88.
out of bounds off of Karis
that
LeVert.
He wanted
Detroit
Kobe on that jersey
basketball.
twice. Dinwiddie to 26.
Terrence
Morris,
Ross
Terrence
went back
Ross,
to 31.
Orlando the same. Zaire
Zaire
Smith. You know,
Smith
there's
went to
so
5.
many different trains
Mo
of thought on
Harkless
this.
went to
There is.
11.
Do you switch numbers
Alex
because
Burks
you
went to
consider it
20.
sacred, or do you wear it to honor Kobe? What do you think?
Like, one thing that Spencer Dinwiddie said is that he wore number 20. He wore number 8 for other reasons too.
Right.
It was his grandmother's birthday and his brother's birthday. So when I look at that, it's just all about why you
Speed
want to
for
wear it.
three, got fouled.
Spencer Dinwiddie, I shouldn't have been
Spencer
talking about him. He's not a
Dinwiddie.
three-point shooter. But I think there's a level
With
of
the
respect
foul.
that if you want
Speed
to honor
to the
it,
free
I
throw
think you
line
should
for
continue
three.
wearing it. If you want to change, that should be respected also. Crazy in my mind, people pointed out to me that I was the last person to wear 24 for the Mavericks.
Wow.
Quinn
So
Cook
and I
went to
love what Mark
28.
Cuban is doing
Jahlil
there,
Okafor
retiring
went to
it,
number 9.
because they had a bunch of battles. But the way I
All
feel
right,
it is
so you
that
got
I
the
think if
first.
guys want to continue wearing 8 or wearing 24 for whatever reason, I think that should be respected and honored, shouldn't be criticized. But if a team wants to retire it or if players want to switch, everyone mourns and grieves in their own way.
Yeah,
All right,
Cassidy,
got
there really
the
is
second.
no wrong answer to this,
27
is
to
there?
21. 141 remain in the
Oh,
first.
no, Mark. And look, Spencer announced this move on Twitter, and he also said that he wanted to find a way to buy back
right, got 'em all.
260 of fans' number 8 jerseys,
all
and he
three of
actually
them.
got the Brooklyn Nets
Spencer
to join
Dinwiddie
in.
brings it up
And
the
if
court.
fans bring their number 8 jerseys to the Barclays Center swag shop, they can get a 26 jersey for free, and if they give their address,
All right,
Spencer
Markieff with
Dinwiddie
the
will
rebound.
sign the number 8 jersey and send it back to them.
Man, that's a great move by
Christian
Dinwiddie,
Wood
really personally getting
to
involved
Langston.
with the fans who had his previous
Langston's
number.
guarded by DeAndre Jordan.
Back out to the
Markieff
Pistons
to
and 10
Speed.
seconds on the shot clock. Mihailuk, tough
Oh,
pass, never
Speed
made it out
had
of
a
bounds. It'll stay
horrible
Detroit
angle to
basketball
get it
with
to
8
Christian
seconds
Wood.
to go
Luckily, it went
on
out
the
of
shot
bounds.
clock. Right now, Detroit in the Eastern Conference,
8 seconds on the,
the
shot
number
clock.
10 seed,
112 remain in the
17
first
and
quarter.
31 overall.
Reggie Jackson is set
5
to
games
inbound it.
behind Brooklyn.
Got it to
as
Markieff.
Morris
Morris
gets an
was
easy
wide
one at the
open
rim.
for a
That
dunk.
was a great out-of-bounds play there by Dwayne Casey. And playing against him in the postseason, he's got a lot
Christian
of
Wood with the
out-of-bounds,
steal.
A lot of side. Oh, they're calling
There
a foul.
is a foul.
Take one more look at that inbound play and the room service layup, Richard.
Yeah, and it says a lack of communication, but you have just kind of ships passing there. There's got to be a ton of communication because Dwayne Casey, when he draws up an out-of-timeout play or if he draws up
What's
a
going on,
sideline out-of-bound, a
Multi-Yapple?
lot of these plays are for easy buckets for his team, as you see there.
Yeah, great with his ATOs. The former coach of the year in the NBA a couple of years ago as a head coach of the
Christian
Toronto
Wood
Raptors.
got the
Folks,
first.
want a chance to win $1 million? NBA Pick'em Weekly 6 is your shot. Head to NBA.com/Pick'em to play free for your chance to win.
Are we allowed to participate in that?
Free, Richard.
Free? Are we
And
allowed?
Christian
I
Wood
always
makes
say,
them
the
both.
best nation in the world is a donation.
No.
Free.
Pistons are down 1.
1-point ball game.
DeAndre
Brooklyn
Jordan
with the lead.
to
Detroit going on a
Spencer
7-0
Dinwiddie,
run.
who hits the
And Dinwiddie
triple.
with the long ball.
Brings the
It'll
lead
be a
up
little
to
bit
4.
of a balancing act now for Kenny Atkinson, getting Dinwiddie shots and minutes with
Reggie
Kyrie
Jackson.
Irving back because Dinwiddie had been playing at an all-star level
To
while
Markieff.
Irving was out for a couple of months.
Markieff backs it
As
down
Morris
on Garrett
backs down
Temple.
Temple.
Turns around,
And got it
makes
to
the
fall, and
shot.
Boy, Temple looked like he got
Garrett Temple is
hit
down.
in the head, maybe from friendly fire.
Oh, he's bleeding bad.
Temple is down. Looks
Ooh.
like he is cut and bleeding.
Oh,
Not so
Garrett
much
Temple
here.
is bleeding
He
bad.
got hit above the eye.
Right through there.
Right
And
on the eyebrow.
athletic training staff will come out and tend to Garrett Temple.
This was probably friendly fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it was on DeAndre,
Yeah,
Jordan.
inadvertently got him
oh,
right there.
There's nothing worse than teammate on teammate crime.
Oh, man, that had to hurt.
And Temple is going to be tended to. We're going to take a break with 27.
All right, 27.9. They're going to take a timeout to tend to Garrett Temple. So I do have to mute the game audio for copyrighted music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. Appreciate you guys. Saturday, I will be doing that Philadelphia 76ers Boston Celtics matchup. Sunday, I will be doing the Pistons and the Nuggets, followed by the Super Bowl. It is Garrett Temple who's bleeding. I will be trying to figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow and Friday. But I try to bring some good games for you guys. We can hang out, have some fun. Hey, you can't do that, Lance. Come on now. I feel bad for DeAndre Jordan on that. Real talk.
You ever been on the other
All
end?
right, they're back.
I have, and it's so funny. We're playing against the Lakers. Lamar Odom, friendly
Yeah,
fire,
see,
just a very
he's
accidental
feeling
play like that.
bad about that. He's
Jordan
like, man,
Farmar, Luke
I hit
Wall,
my own
Brian Cook,
teammate.
these guys are all sitting on the bench. They're
What's
my
going
brothers,
on, Eric
and they're all
John?
yelling at me, "Oh, get up, you're
How's it
fine."
going? Says hello,
And your
thanks
first
for the
reaction
live.
is like, "Guys, it's not funny."
Well, they're really sensitive.
You
to
know,
that.
I was really sensitive to it, but I
Appreciate
kept
you
my
for
mouth
coming
shut
out.
and ended up just getting stitches. But I came back in the game, and we'll see if he's able to come
Dinwiddie
back.
with the
Temple has gone into
floater.
the locker room, and
All right.
Dinwiddie with another
I see
bucket.
you, Dinwiddie. I do
Spencer
miss
Dinwiddie.
you. You were drafted by
In
the
a couple of
Detroit
months that
Pistons.
Kyrie was out with that shoulder injury, was a big-time scorer.
Reggie
Jackson
Jackson
driving
got
and
fouled.
fouled.
There is no basket.
Dinwiddie's journey to prominence was very itinerant. Was initially drafted by the Detroit Pistons, 38 pick back in 2014. Was cut by the Pistons, traded by the Pistons in the G League for a couple of stints. Let go by the Windy City Bulls.
All right,
and
Christian Wood got the first.
got his opportunity in Brooklyn as a 10-day contract guy several years ago and carved out a niche for himself and recently signed a pretty lucrative 3-year contract with Brooklyn.
And
Shout
everyone
out
thinks
to,
that it's just
Spencer
this straight
Dinwiddie
line.
for
You're
sticking with
drafting and you
Brooklyn.
go. There are so many stories like that where guys work
And he
so
got 'em both.
hard. And he talked about what Kobe meant to him. And
All right, 5
if
seconds.
he takes that
4,
same type of work
3,
ethic
Kyrie
and
with the
focus, and that's what it
basketball,
all
2.
meant to him.
Markieff
Foul.
Morris, Richard, commits the foul on Kyrie Irving with
Had a foul to give.
1.4 to go
1.4 on
in
the
the
game
first
clock.
quarter. They had a foul to give.
What's going on to
First foul
smoke
in the last 2
possession?
minutes for the Pistons. Detroit has fought back after falling behind by double figures early.
DeAndre Jordan
forgot about how much time was
missed
left,
the
or maybe was
shot.
looking for Dinwiddie to cut. And that's the end of the first 12 minutes.
All right. So there's going to be some copyright music and commercials. It is 32-30. Brooklyn by 2. Pistons and Nuggets game is Hooper's birthday party. That's what's up. Jordan got his own guy. Yeah, DeAndre Jordan hit Garrett Temple. And he feels horrible for that shot. Yes, I do, Greenwald Tree. Game 4 Saturday. Michigan State at Wisconsin. What time is that game? Because I don't think I'll be able to do it. Hey, I posted up an awesome tweet earlier today. Let me see if I can find that tweet real quick. All right, let me get into my... Oh, right here. Okay, so Derrick Rose, Langston Galloway, Svi Mihailuk, Markieff Morris, and Christian Wood, as a unit, played 144 possessions with an adjusted net rating of 28.5 and 138.3 offensive rating. I'm not making excuses, but if Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, Tony Snell, Blake Griffin, and Andre Drummond was healthy, this team is a 50-win team. What's going on, NFL memes? Oh, yeah, I'll still be at work, West Branch Ball. I don't get out of work till 3. That's if it's on time. I am going to try to catch the second half of Friday's game. If everything can go right, I'll at least be on for the second half of the Pistons and the Raptors. Yeah, that is crazy, Lance. I appreciate that, NFL memes.
Energy. We had to get energy in our game, pace in our game, cutting with a purpose. And once we started doing that and getting back in transition defense, the game became easier for us.
What's the impact of Andre Drummond in this matchup as he's seen success against the Nets?
Well, there's something in the water in New Jersey, I think, but he enjoys rebounding. He does a good job of rebounding. But again, we got to get other people to help him because there was a couple of long rebounds that we didn't get, that he couldn't get.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Mark, back to you.
Well, speaking of help, Cassidy, 19
All right,
points
Reggie
produced
Jackson
by the
brings
Pistons
it up.
bench in that first quarter.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose out top, guarded by Dinwiddie.
Out
Back down
to
the
Reggie
corner.
Jackson.
Reggie Jackson hits the
Reggie
corner
Jackson gets the three.
And to
Pistons
me, Reggie
take
Jackson's
the
always
first
been
lead
that
of the
guy.
ball
Is he a
game.
starter? Is he a six man? He's
What's
got
going
so
on,
much
Leedy?
talent, and the Pistons are going to most likely finish strong with him back.
Oh, what an alley-oop.
Spinning underneath on the alley-oop.
DeAndre
The
Jordan
Blake Griffin thing to me has been very, very difficult on them this year.
Blake
popping
Griffin
by. Appreciate that,
undergoing knee
Leedy.
surgery, left knee surgery, and questionable as to returning
Oh, turnover.
for the rest of the regular
Spencer
season. Good
Dinwiddie
block by
brings it
DeAndre
up.
Jordan.
Shoots
Dinwiddie
a
with a deep three.
Misses it. Christian
and
Wood
boarded
with
by
the rebound.
Christian Wood.
Derrick Rose brings it up.
Rose up court for the Pistons. Briefly had their first
Gives
lead of
it
the
up
ball
to
game
Christian
a moment
Wood.
ago.
Thought
Wood
about the three,
with
drives
a nice
it.
show and go.
And
an
got the
impressive
lay-in.
finish
Let's
off
go.
That was pump fake DeAndre Jordan, dribble through, great right hand finish by Wood.
Spencer Dinwiddie brings it up.
Wayne Casey talked to us about having to
DeAndre Jordan. Karis
reinvent
LeVert.
themselves at both ends of the floor without Blake Griffin, who really was the
Shoots it in the
marquee
paint
player on this
and
team.
got
Nice
the shot to
and soft
fall.
touch by Kyrie Irving.
Derrick Rose brings it up.
Rose on the wing.
Marquis.
Morris with a mismatch. Dinwiddie got him on the block.
Oh, Marquis
Did it like
Morris.
a drill.
That's the second time we've seen him go with the left hand.
Abusing
Okay, I see you
Spencer
working.
Dinwiddie.
Wilson Chandler
Oh,
fouled on
what
the
are
free
you
ball
doing?
and got the roll.
Got
That's the second time I've
4-point
complimented somebody and then they followed it
opportunity.
up making a mistake.
Wow, Marquis Morris, come on, man.
Foul's going to go against Markeith Morris right there.
Push
I don't
him
think
down.
I've seen
Are you
many
kidding me?
fly-by body checks right there. Morris trying to get back into the play. When you shoot that little baseline shot, you end up being on the baseline. You're always trying to
And missed the
get yourself
free
back
throw.
into the play. Just couldn't recover the proper way.
Brooklyn leading by 2, approaching 10 minutes to go here in the first half.
Pistons got away with that horrendous foul. Derrick
Rose
Rose
working
shoots
against
it
Dinwiddie off
the glass.
Derrick
Let's
Rose
go.
plays at a pace now, which is
The
a lot
bank is
different
open
than
for
he did when he
Derrick
won
Rose.
the MVP many years ago. But
All right, Speed
man,
Mihailuk
is he
is
still very
guarding
effective
Spencer
with-
No, he
Dinwiddie.
is. And when you're one of the fastest guys in the league, and all
Fouled
of a sudden
him.
you might lose a step. It just means
And took a shot to the
that
face.
You're one of the fastest, if not, you
Right.
know. And that's my point with him is that he had to learn
That
how
was-
to
that's what
play
you call
a
instant
different
karma.
style of basketball. Maybe not as explosive.
Stay in
maybe
front
not
of
as
your
quick,
man.
But he's
You'd have
super
never got hit in
talented,
the
understands
face.
the game at a very, very high level. So you just have to tweak your game.
All right, it's
You saw that
39 all,
graphic. He scored
9:48.
20 or more points in 12
Spencer
consecutive
Dinwiddie
games. Missed the
makes the
previous game
first
with a little bit
free
of
throw.
knee soreness. But Wayne Casey was very effusive in his praise of D. Rose,
YouTube doesn't
especially
support us small
referring
YouTubers,
to
absolutely.
playing the right way.
And he makes them
The
both.
system that he came from, especially his fundamentals, his basics, when he played with Tom
All right,
Thibodeau
Reggie
in the
Jackson
Chicago Bulls early in
To
his career.
Marquis, to Derrick Rose.
2-point lead for Brooklyn. Now a little zone look here, Richard, from the Nets.
Reggie.
And they get the
Drive
turnover.
it. Try to get it out
LeVert
to
on
Christian
the
Wood.
break.
Got it.
Chandler
Turns
finds
over.
Harris.
Harris shoots a three, misses it.
And Morris with the
Marquise
board.
with the
And
rebound.
Nets are going to go back here and man.
Speed drives
Highland,
it.
good cross-court
Gives it
pass
out to Reggie
Jackson.
Jackson
Made his
for
first
three
and
and
there's
got
another.
it. Reggie
Reggie
Jackson,
gives
welcome
the Pistons
back.
a one-point advantage.
Let's go.
Jackson in the final year of his contract, which obviously brings about a little bit of trade speculation.
Yeah, you have the double high screen and roll option here.
All right, Speed Mihailuk guarding
Dinwiddie
Spencer
working
Dinwiddie.
behind the Jordan screen, back out to Chandler.
Chandler misses it.
Wood with the board.
Derrick Rose
What do you make of
brings
this
it up.
Jackson and Rose backcourt? as Rose comes up short on the three.
Well,
I like it. I think they can play together.
Spencer Dinwiddie brings it up.
Derek is shooting the ball at an extremely high rate, but you need scoring. Without Blake
drives
Griffin,
it,
you
gives
just
out
need
to
as many
DeAndre
guys that
Jordan.
can score, and so having them both on the floor, shooting
Trying
and
to get
scoring,
it out to
and
Christian,
being aggressive in playmaking is key.
Karis LeVert finally did.
Much have
Karis
a
drives it,
Positionless
shoots it,
NBA.
got the
these days
jumper.
As Karis LeVert looks to break through that ceiling that he seems to have come up against a little bit lately.
What's going on, David
Atkinson
Jackson?
wants to see the Karis LeVert that averaged over 20 points a game in the first round of the
Rose
playoffs
drives
last year
it,
against the
got
Sixers.
fouled, and
as
the
Derrick
lay-in.
Rose
Let's
does
go.
Derrick Rose things again.
Derrick Rose is just so strong, pound for pound, one of the strongest guys in this league, being able to go through the contact and just really will that ball into the basket through multiple defenders with a little left-hand finish right here. And yes,
YouTube
Kenny
in
Atkinson
it
would
for
love to see the
YouTube,
Karis
enough
LeVert.
said.
What happens is
Hey,
that
that's
you
hashtag
miss
truth.
2 months, which Karis LeVert did with injury. The first few weeks you're
That's
back.
the absolute
It's a lot of
truth.
adrenaline in your bodies, but then fatigue starts to hit. And so then once you get past that initial phase of fatigue, then your body starts to get acclimated again. So Karis LeVert will get back to where the Nets want him to. It's just going to take some time.
Meanwhile, it's Rose at the free throw line.
All right,
for the
Derrick
Pistons.
Rose got the free throw to go.
Knocks it down.
It's a 2-point game.
Detroit, after a slow start, leading by 2.
Spencer Dinwiddie
First of 2
brings it
games
up.
tonight here on ESPN. We'll see Damian Lillard and the Blazers
LeVert with
coming
the
up
basketball,
next.
guarded
The
by
second half of our
Bruce
doubleheader.
Brown.
Boy, what a week or several games he's had. He had a
Joe Harris.
61 piece this year, a 50 piece. As
With
Joe
the
Harris gets the reverse to go.
lay-in.
Is there
What
a
are
hotter
you doing,
guard
Speed?
right now in
You
the
got to get in
NBA
front of
than
your man. That's
Damian
what
Lillard?
you got
And they
burned.
need every one of those
Getting
points
cooked
as
like
they
fried
try and claw
chicken.
themselves back into the position that they're accustomed to since
Barbecue
Damian
chicken
Lillard really
alert.
Showed up in Portland.
And a
On
turnover.
the turnover, it'll be Brooklyn basketball. Lillard and the Blazers taking on the Houston Rockets.
Look at his last three games. He's averaging 52 points a game.
Wow.
Jeez.
He's pretty good.
Wow. Damian Lillard, 52.7, I believe. Points per game in his last 3. Austin, this is my channel. We do what I want. So, appreciate you. Absolutely. This is a hangout stream. We have fun during the stream. If you don't like it, you don't have to stay. We try to have fun and enjoy the time. As we did learn from Kobe's passing, time is, is never guaranteed. So enjoy the time. I have fun hanging out with the MonStars, the West Branch Balls, the Lance Haywards, the David Jacksons, the Leedies, the RP Juice, the Greenwald Trees, NFL Memes, and everyone else. You know, I appreciate you guys all for coming out. You know, that's why I do it. I don't do it to provide a service for you guys. Like, that's not how I roll. You want a service, go get cable. Point blank period. It's on ESPN, so go ahead and go on ESPN and go watch it. If you don't want me to talk. If you want to have fun and enjoy the time, then you can hang out and have fun. You know, I do it to where it's like the fellas and ladies that know about basketball and want to hang out and things like that. We all hang out and it's like we're watching the game, enjoying it. Appreciate that, Lance. Yeah, I do. I do play-by-play, and I have the game audio as well. How's it going, Sir Cardinal? I'll tell you what, if you guys are not subscribed to Sir Cardinal TV, definitely do so. I might not comment in yours, Serge Cardinal, but I do at least give you a view and watch the entirety and give you a thumbs up. You're a great channel. I do appreciate your channel. We are definitely here in the Sports Movement Network. We are trying to actually do a like meet and greet for a game and things like that next year.
From Philadelphia, where they played the previous
All right, DeAndre
night.
Jordan.
He went right down to Staples
Joe
Center
Harris
to be
misses a
amongst the
three.
people
Rebounded by
paying tribute
Bruce
to
Brown. Brings it up the court.
the people that died in that helicopter accident at Staples
Svi
Center.
Mahailu
To
to
be
Derrick
amongst them and
Rose.
to speak with them and
Screen
to
by Andre.
console
Andre
and to be
gets the
consoled.
ball and got the
Inside
lay
Andre
in.
Drummond with the left hand.
And the ESPN
Harris
studios
LeVert
are right there, so I was
To
there 30
Torian
minutes
Prince.
after I
Torian
found
Prince
out.
to the lane. Gets
And
the
it was
lay
just-
in.
Just to see the people showing up and the Grammys was going on
Right.
and people
Bruce
were still
Brown brings
finding
it up.
ways to get there even with all the traffic and the security. People just wanted
Gives
to
up
be
to
around
Svi.
others that understood
To
what
Derrick
he meant to them.
Rose.
Rose guarded by Kyrie.
Derrick Rose drives
Nice
it.
matchup at the point guard spot.
Gives it out
Rose
to Bruce
probing.
Brown. Bruce Brown
7
thought
on
about
the
the
shot
three.
clock.
Got it
Brown with
into
a nice dime
Christian
inside
Wood
for
for a
Wood.
dunk.
And really, this Detroit bench has been the reason that they've gotten back into this game.
Pistons getting a lot out of their bench, especially in the first quarter. Karis
And
LeVert.
Karis LeVert with the
with a nice
lay-in.
layup off glass.
You got 31
Derrick
points
Rose.
off the bench and 16 points from your starters. And
Guarded
that just
by
shows you the
Torian
balance
Prince.
that it's
Thought
going
about
to
the
take.
three. Gives
Sometimes
it
the
out to
starters are
Drummond.
sluggish.
Drummond.
You need that bench to come in with energy.
Has a lot of space. Gets it down low.
There's Bruce Brown out of
Gives
the
up to
University
Bruce.
of Miami
Bruce
inside.
in the lane.
Putting
Shoots
the
it.
body on
Got
LeVert.
the jumper.
And getting it to fall.
You didn't
Bruce
have to
Brown,
do that.
a
I'm here showing
dogged
some support to
defender.
you. I
and coming
appreciate
around
that,
on
Sir
the
Cardinal
offensive
TV.
side of the ball. 2-point
I like
lead
to
for the
give my
Pistons.
respects to when respect is due.
Prince goes quick with it. Good contest by Drummond. Pistons on the move.
Derrick Rose drives it.
in his bag
Got
and one.
Fouled and gets
Derrick
the foul.
Rose.
Let's go.
With a little bit of sauce.
And then look, Drummond he is just a force there. And you don't have to block the shot. You just got to go be big. You just got to have that
Be a big
verticality. And
man.
again, Derrick Rose with the left to right, just through the contact. That's what I'm talking about when I say he's one of the pound for pound. That contact does nothing for him other than get him to
All
the
right,
free throw
Derrick
line
Rose going
for
to
an
the free throw
opportunity
line
for an
for
and one.
one.
Richard Derrick Rose
Derrick
already
Rose has
with
10 points
and
on
3
4
assists in the
and 9.
ball game. I was watching
With
one of
3
the Pistons
assists.
games earlier this year. He's the guy that they like to go to down the stretch. He had a
And
game
Derrick
winner in
Rose
New Orleans against the Pelicans
makes the
against a
free
pretty
throw.
good on-ball defender in Drew Holiday.
54-49. Detroit with the
You see
lead.
that quickness.
Kyrie
he has great
Irving
basketball IQ
brings
where he can
it
get
up.
other people involved. And he also has that ability to knock down the shot. So he's the person that you want the ball
Screen by
in their
Torian
hands,
Prince.
similar to Kyrie Irving.
5-point lead. Kyrie with a mismatch here against Christian Wood.
Karis
Takes the pass
LeVert
to LeVert.
drives it.
Inside over Drummond.
Misses it.
Allen couldn't get the handle, and back come the Pistons.
All right, Derrick Rose brings
Good
it up.
defensive sequence again for Detroit.
Gives out to Tony
Timothy
Snell. Tony Snell to
Luwawu-Cabarrot
Bruce Brown.
has checked in
Got it
for
down low
Brooklyn.
to Christian Wood.
Kyrie pulled
And
the
they
chair
turned
out
it
from
over.
beneath Christian Wood, and they get the turnover.
Kyrie Irving
Kyrie
drives
in
it.
transition.
Misses
And
it.
Drummond with the board
Drummond
off the
with the
miss.
rebound. Got it up
Kyrie
to
Irving
Bruce
so far in
Brown,
the
who
ball
brings
game,
it up.
3 of 8 for 7 points. Drummond trying to bully ball on TLC.
Tony Snell drives
Snell
it.
kicks it back
Gives
out to
Christian
Wood.
Wood.
A
Christian
high
Wood
arcing
shoots the three.
and he draws
Got
the foul
fouled,
from
goes
Allen.
to the free
and
throw
I know
line
that
for
look on your
three.
face says,
Why are you fouling three-point shooters?
Andrew,
Listen,
this is my
fouling.
channel.
And
Look,
look, this is
don't do
this
that.
is not even a look at the referee like I didn't hit him. What are you talking about? This is a bona fide foul. Like you cannot foul jump shooters. And it's different if it was you're chasing him. These
And
are
Christian
2 threes
Wood
where you're
makes
just
the free
closing
throw.
out to him. Give a good contest. Get yourself back. Most guys only have a 40% chance of making it. You give them free throws, they get to the 70 to 80%.
got the second.
What's the best part?
Appreciate that, the Gridiron Blitz. What's going on, brother? Coming in with a bang. Let's go.
18.3 points.
All right, Christian
per
Wood
game over the last 4, scoring
got
20
all 3 free throws
twice
to
as
fall.
Rose gets a breather. Christian Wood has bounced around a little bit.
Kyrie Irving brings
and
it up.
finally seemingly
Guarded by
found a
Bruce
home
Brown.
here in Detroit. I remember watching him in Summer League the past couple of years.
Torian Prince
Signed on with Charlotte, then a Milwaukee Bucks, and
got the
was
jumper
cut
to
from
fall.
the Bucks last year as Prince gets the mid-range jumper to go, but long and
Reggie
athletic
Jackson
and
brings it up.
a valuable piece here for the Pistons, trying to put it all together without Blake Griffin.
Christian
Wood,
Wood
quick
shoots
catch
a
and shoot.
3, misses it. Detroit
Dinwiddie wants to go
basketball.
out of bounds. It'll stay Piston basketball.
And that was the thing that we talked about with Spencer Dinwiddie, going through the G League, getting cut, getting waived. Here you have Christian Wood, a player that undrafted, going through
You guys
the
are
G
not
League.
subscribed to the
Again, it goes
Gridiron
back to
Blitz,
that same
definitely
point.
do so.
There are more guys with paths like that than there are
He
straight
and I
line guys
created
like
the
that in
Sports
the NBA,
Movement
where
Network
you
as
just
well
get
as
drafted
a
and play
member
for
that
10, 12 years.
actually retired from YouTube. Lion Personnel
Dinwiddie
Show.
guarding Reggie Jackson.
We created the Sports Movement Network, and Gridiron and
Drummond
myself
working against
branched it
Allen.
out with the Sports Movement Network Entertainment Division.
Jackson into the paint. Tough floater. Got it to fall. Wow. Difficult
All right,
shot
Reggie
by
Jackson.
Reggie Jackson.
And all of that started, though, with the post-up of Drummond. You have
That's
to help
a
it
fadeaway to fall.
on Drummond, then you throw it out to Jackson, and he's able to drive that
Spencer
closeout.
Dinwiddie
10-2 run, Richard,
To
for the
Garrett
Pistons,
Allen.
who lead by 8 right now.
to
Kyrie
Kyrie
gets open.
Irving, who drives it,
And
turns
good
it
strip
over.
by Drummond. Kyrie looking for the foul, won't get it.
Oh, and then turned
And
it
Prince
over.
hustling and chasing down the loose ball. Allen
Garrett
inside.
Allen.
Tried to punch it on
Oh.
Drummond, but drew the foul.
Oh,
Man, those
Drummond
guys
tried to block it.
are playing fearlessly under the rim.
And I'm okay.
Garrett
You guys
Allen
can
got
take
the foul
turns
call.
dunking on each
All
other,
right.
fouling each other. That's what
Foul
big men
on
do.
Dre.
I love it that Drummond's looking. He's like, I didn't foul him. You're laying on top of him. Like, yes, maybe not. But look at this. Watch this. I love it. Put his arms. Like, what did I do?
Just
It's
a
like,
little bit of contact.
like, what? That's illegal contact in football. You're not even allowed to do that to the quarterback.
NBA.
All right. There is a timeout. It is 59-51, 3:21 remaining in the first half. Hey, that's what's up. Lance Hayward says, I got the game on, one tab muted. Then I'm using your audio, Trox. Appreciate that, brother. So if there is a game tomorrow or Friday, I am taking requests. I am going to try to do the second half of the Pistons game on Friday. But if there's a game that comes on that you guys want to see, and by halftime it's already a blowout, let me know. I'll do that game for you guys. And on tomorrow, if you guys got a game that you guys want to see, let me know. I'll do it tomorrow. Then on Saturday, we got the Celtics and the Sixers. Sunday at noon, we got the Pistons and the Nuggets, followed by Super Bowl Sunday. So we're going to definitely have some fun, folks. It did, West Branch Ball. NBA games on January 29th. Toronto Raptors at Cleveland Cavaliers. Man, that's going to be Murder She Wrote with Toronto. Toronto's going to destroy Cleveland. Oh, absolutely, James. I want to see Sekou and Pascal go face-to-face. Charlotte Hornets at Washington Wizards. Okay. Sixers and Hawks. Oh, Boston's got a murder she wrote. Golden State.
As you see the numbers here.
That would.
Cool. Got copyright music still. Christian Wood, Reggie Jackson, both with 11. Markieff with 8.
Rose getting a breather.
All right.
And
Jared Allen makes the
one
first.
of the prevailing storylines as well tonight has been the pretty fierce battle in the paint between a couple of old school big guys. They're not out on the edges shooting threes.
And he makes them
They're
both.
putting each other in the weight room in the paint.
Yeah, I still love it. That look on Drummond's face where he's
Reggie
just like
Jackson
asking the
brings
ref
it up.
while he's laying on top of Jared Allen, what did I do? That's every NBA player every time.
Tony Snell.
Brooklyn back in a
To
little
Drummond.
zone here in the half court. Drummond, a little bully ball coming up short. Pursuing his own rebound. And here come Brooklyn.
All right, Kyrie brings it
Irving
up.
against Snell.
Got it to Torian Prince. To Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie out top.
Screen by Jared Allen. Dinwiddie to
Over
Allen.
to Allen. A little short
Allen
jump
with the
hook is
jumper.
good.
And that chemistry with Jared Allen and all of the guards have been so impressive
Jackson
all
brings
season
it up.
long.
Talk about
Markieff
chemistry.
to Bruce.
13 assists already in the first half for Brooklyn, 14
To Tony
for the
Snell.
Pistons.
To Reggie Jackson.
Facing
turns
that
around.
half-court zone again, Jackson
Misses
strong.
the shot.
And
Spencer
Dinwiddie with the
Dinwiddie
boards.
with the rebound. Brings it
Get a
up.
couple of stops on
Drives
consecutive
it.
possessions. A wild
And
shot
got the circus
A horse
lay-in
move
to
good.
fall.
by Dinwiddie. And Drummond fouled underneath by Luwawu Cabarro.
And watch this, Spencer Dinwiddie sees the one-on-one. Thought he got fouled, just tossed it up. Little MJ-esque. Little flippy flip behind the head. Okay, I see you,
That's
Spence.
Dinwiddie.
He wanted an and one, too. He's still actually campaigning with the officials for an and one.
Cuts the lead to just 2 with 2:12 to go.
Hey.
So you see another zone look here.
Let's see that Jazz
after
Nuggets.
the Pistons
When
got
is
going
that,
a little
tomorrow?
bit, this is what Kenny Atkinson likes to do. He likes to run zone just to break up the offensive
Bruce Brown with the
continuity.
basketball gives up to Andre
Casey
Drummond.
is good at facing
To
zone
Markieff
defenses.
Morris with the
As
jam.
Morris gets the lob from Drummond. Casey called that from the sideline. Remember, Dwayne Casey was the guy responsible partly for Dallas's great defense back in 2011,
Spencer
winning
Dinwiddie,
the NBA championship.
screen by
That Dallas
Allen.
zone defense
Dinwiddie
really
drives it.
plummets
Got
the heat.
foul.
In that
Foul's
series, he
called
was
on
an assistant coach
Reggie
on
Jackson.
that staff.
Oh, and Dwayne Casey, just so many battles when I was in Cleveland and he was in Toronto and just coaching or playing against his teams. You knew that he was going to bring a defensive mentality, their teams. And when we talk about the offensive end, their
Dinwiddie hits the
execution, as you
first.
saw. Brooklyn runs multiple zone looks. They're ready for the zone look the second time, running a little quick slashing action, getting Morris the lob.
And he makes them
Dinwiddie
both.
knocks down the second free throw. Spencer Dinwiddie with 11 points.
10:30 Wood Day.
He and Allen, the leading scorers for Brooklyn.
Drummond. to
Under 2
Snell,
minutes to go here in a high-scoring
Bruce to Jackson.
first half.
To Markieff. Back to Brown.
There seems to be a
To Snell, who shoots the three.
proclivity.
Misses
A
it.
spreading
Rebounded by Reggie
tendency.
Jackson.
Can you please not use big words like
A
that?
lot of
Bruce
Richard.
Brown
Thank
misses
you.
You
the
went to
three.
Arizona, I
Rebounded
know,
by
Drummond
Andre.
up on
Andre
the glass. You
missed
like to
his
talk
shot,
about that
got the
Arizona
rebound,
degree,
but
so
got
I'll
a
beat you to it.
I'm
foul.
going to tell you this. I don't even have a degree
Being
from Arizona.
aggressive
so that just lets
pays,
you-
folks.
Education then.
Well, you know.
If there's any young
Years-
basketball
years of
players,
service.
be aggressive.
Hey, listen.
Service.
Basically, there's a lot of zone
I
that we
prefer
see
that,
now.
yeah.
More than
in
likely,
the
you
NBA.
will get a
What do you
foul
make
call.
of that trend?
Well, I think when you have so many shooters on the floor, one thing that coaches always say is like, look, if we never play zone,
in and
the
out,
team's still
Andre.
teams are still going to score. The zone is just to break up when they have a very good offensive
Okay.
rhythm, because most teams
West
don't
Branch
practice
ball, I'll
against
be
zone,
doing that game
don't have a ton
tomorrow.
of sets against zone, and it starts to make teams slow down and process. So when you got teams moving up and down, the zone can slow down
And he
that
gets
continuity
the
on
second.
the offensive end.
Splits the pair.
Well, coming up on the Toyota Sports Center
Kyrie
halftime.
Irving brings it up.
KP Kristaps
Guarded by
Porzingis
Langston Galloway.
returns to action tonight. Scott Van
Got
Pelt
it into
with all the news,
Garrett
scores,
Allen.
and
There
highlights on a
is a
busy
foul.
night in the association. Drummond knocking down that free throw a moment ago. Andre Drummond, 5 of 10 from
Oh,
the
it's
field.
an
He also
offensive foul on
has
Allen.
11 points and 9 rebounds. Second in the NBA in double-doubles as he gets a breather. He's done great work with one of the top NBA skills trainers, Stan Remy, down in Miami,
All right, there's
Florida.
113 to
Last
play.
couple of summers,
62,
improving his free
59.
throw shooting. Right now, hovering
Reggie Jackson
around
in
60%.
the lane, shoots
Jackson
it,
inside
and got
with the
it.
floater.
And there is no doubt about Reggie Jackson's ability to score, his
Spencer
aggressiveness.
Dinwiddie drives it.
Dinwiddie, TLC from the corner.
Cabarrot.
And we got a
Made
2-point
the
game under a
triple.
minute to go. Jackson fouled by Kyrie Irving. And that's going to put Jackson on the free throw line. That's
All right.
going to put them
Reggie
in the
Jackson at
penalty.
the
I'm
free
not
throw.
sure that
All
Kyrie
right.
Irving understood the scenario there, but
I'll take
Reggie
that.
Jackson going
There
to
is
go to the free throw line.
53.6 remaining in the first half.
Cassidy has more
Reggie to
on
the free throw line.
Garrett
64
Temple, who was
Detroit,
bleeding a moment ago. Cass, what's going
62
on?
Brooklyn.
Yeah, Garrett, he received stitches above his left eye, but he will return to tonight's game, guys.
Of course, he's
It's
a,
a
soldier.
soldier.
First.
He's a basketball player. Of course he's going to return.
Here's what happened earlier in the game. Hit by some friendly fire.
Ooh.
Garrett
Right
Temple
above that
got
eye by
stitches
DeAndre Jordan, and he
and
was
will return.
bleeding profusely.
I know that word. That means a lot. That means a lot.
Abundantly, yes.
Abundantly. Okay. Well, you're gonna have
Pull
to
out the whole
you're-
SAT
and
on
made
you
You're gonna have to
tonight,
start
man.
sending me
Made 'em
words.
both.
You're gonna have to start. I got 1,000 on my SATs. First and last
All
time.
right, Kyrie Irving brings
Oh,
it up.
was that a cumulative score?
No, it was
1,000?
just 1,000 on
Oh, okay.
one test, and I never took it again.
Kyrie behind the screen, cross court.
Torian.
Dinwiddie, the
Spencer
corner three ball is
got
pure.
the triple.
1-point game, 66-65. Here at Barclays Center, where defense has gone to die tonight. They're going to reset the clock to 37.8. And a big first half for Dinwiddie with 14 points. Boy. And Garrett Temple receiving 15 stitches.
Reggie
Soft touch
at
by
the
Reggie
free throw
Jackson,
line.
who's
Got
making
the
the most
jumper
of
to
his minutes here
fall.
tonight on a 22-minute restriction. Coming off
Spencer
that back
Dinwiddie.
injury, which kept him out for almost 2 months.
Right.
2-for-1 situation for Brooklyn.
Gives out to Cabarrot.
TLC on the baseline draws the foul
Got fouled.
on Christian Wood. So after the first couple of times, we can call
What's going on,
Timothy
Philip? How's it
Wawu
going?
Cabarrot
Appreciate you for
TLC,
coming back
we're just
or
going
for
with
coming
that.
out.
Oh, I'm
What's
only
going
going to
on,
say
Asia?
TLC.
Welcome back.
Because if when I don't want to say if, when I say his name wrong,
Right.
all of a sudden people want to start.
Hey,
hitting me
real
on
talk,
Twitter,
Miami Heat and
showing
Orlando
me
Magic sounds like a
phonetically
good game.
telling me how to say his name, and it's just like his name's TLC.
All right, you made the first.
That's it. That's all you're going to get from me.
Cuts the
Signed on a 10-day
deficit
contract
to
back
2.
on January the 15th. Was on a 2-way deal to start the season with Brooklyn. Knocks down the second.
And Brooklyn
It's a
within
1-point
one.
game, and now Detroit can run it down. Jackson with the ball.
All right, Reggie
Got
brings
Wood,
it up.
Morris, Snell on the floor with him, and Galloway down to 9. Markieff Morris
Marquise
shoots it early in the shot clock
airballs
and misses
it.
everything
What
with
are you
4.8
doing? There's
to go.
4.8
Plenty of
left.
time for the Brooklyn.
That was a very, very poorly timed shot.
Dinwiddie getting downhill
Dinwiddie
for 3.
shoots a
Clean
3.
up. And a foul going to go against Reggie Jackson. For the 4th time tonight, we've
What are you
seen
guys
a
doing?
3-point shooter fouled. And Dinwiddie is going to go to the line.
For 3.
And one thing I like about Reggie Jackson, the first thing he did, and definitely hit him on the wrist.
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson went straight to Dwayne Casey and was like, "No, don't challenge this. I hit him." And that's one thing. I will say that foul or the challenge thing made players have to start telling their coach the truth. Because the last thing you want to do is say you didn't do something, they waste a timeout on an opportunity there. So, kudos to Reggie Jackson for admitting right away, and let's not
All right,
waste a
got the
timeout
first-
of that
or
challenge
got the second.
opportunity.
Brooklyn
Jackson
takes the
coming
lead by
clean.
1.
Hayward, he got 17 points in the first half on an efficient 6 of 10.
And makes them all.
Honesty comes a little easier. 2-point lead for Brooklyn. Long pass. Morris didn't touch anyone, so it'll be Brooklyn ball at the other end at the point of the inbound.
Oh, my
So now
goodness.
Kenny Atkinson can potentially draw one up. It can be a quick catch and shoot because
So
there's
Brooklyn's
going to
take it out pretty much underneath their basket.
Dinwiddie with 17 points, 12 coming here in the second. And there he is, got it off in
Dinwiddie
time.
missed it. All righty, so that is halftime, folks. Brooklyn 70 to 68. What a high-scoring half. Asia says go Nets. Did he say rookie? Atlanta Hawks and Dallas Mavericks. Brooklyn Nets and Washington Wizards. Hey, ref, stop living in the 80s. I'll tell you what, though. This is a high-scoring first half. It's a 2-point game. Yeah, we got ourselves a good one, folks. So I am going to take a quick break real fast. Hang on tight. I will be in the chat. What is going on, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rex? What is going on, brother? I want Sekou to shoot more threes. I think in time he's going to definitely be shooting more threes and things like that. You know, right now I want to see him get down to basic stuff. Know the playbook. You know, make yourself available, key. You know, that's first and foremost. Make yourself available and make the right play. If you could do that as a rookie, you're going to do some good things in your career. What's going on, Lil Awkward? But I am going to take a quick halftime break, you guys. I will be in the chat, so go ahead and chat it up, and I'll definitely be chatting it back up with you guys. And shout out to Lil Awkward. What's going on, Jarelf87 says go Nets. I'm super stressed because I have a test tomorrow, but watching the stream makes me feel better. Appreciate that, Juice. Just go into that test and be great, brother. So I am going to be popping a dilly. Coach Altobelli has a son who scouted for the Red Sox. That's what's up. You know, but it's going to be tough. What do you call it? You know, hopefully he could be great. You know, losing parent and a sibling, you know, man, that's tough. You know, so I'm going to have the Mamba mentality as well as the Kobe Bryant picture up the entire rest of the year. So let me look up tomorrow's schedule real fast because I did forget what games are on tomorrow. Okay, so I will be doing the Utah Jazz Denver Nuggets tomorrow at 10:30. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try to do at least the second half of the Toronto-Detroit game. If not, I will be doing the Portland Trailblazers and Los Angeles Lakers. In fact, you know what? I'm going to throw in the towel on the Toronto-Detroit game because I will be at work and things like that. So I'll just do the Portland-Los Angeles game tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then Saturday, I'll probably be trying to do a doubleheader with Miami, Orlando, if I can get that game. Or I'm going to try to do Utah and Portland if I can get that game. If not, it'll be I'm sorry. Saturday is Philadelphia, Boston. And tomorrow is Utah, Denver. Friday is Portland, Los Angeles. Saturday is Philly, Boston. And then Sunday is Denver at Detroit, followed by the Super Bowl. So that will be the rest of my week this week. Wow, Detroit's first half, most by Detroit in a first half in the last 20 season, 44 bench points.
Atkinson at
Alrighty,
halftime,
we are back, folks.
He just said we got to get stops. We're trading baskets right now. That's the difference. But he did say that he really liked the energy of Spencer Dinwiddie. He's going downhill and he's not deferring.
So he
says more of that would be helpful, but really getting stops is the biggest key here.
All right, Bruce Brown
sign
brings
for
it
the
up.
Pistons, Cassidy. Dinwiddie was 17. Kyrie Irving a little bit slow offensively with 7 in the ball game. Here's Derrick Rose out top.
Do you think Cassidy heard my statement about going to
Andre
Arizona?
Drummond?
I think she did.
Got it rejected by Garrett Allen.
Garrett Allen
went for a
partially
dunk.
blocking that dunk attempt by Andre Drummond. That was one of the great matchups in the first half.
Kyrie Irving with basketball. Drives it.
Good defense
At
by
the
Snell.
elbow.
Got the block
Got it blocked.
on Irving. Rose in
Derrick
transition.
Rose.
Had it knocked away by Kyrie.
Out of bounds. Detroit basketball.
And again, Jared Allen and Drummond have been going at it back and forth. Drummond trying to be aggressive, trying to go through his chest, and Jared Allen, one of the best shot blockers in the NBA.
Brother.
Really has been one of the best shot blockers since he got into the NBA last season.
Evolving at the offensive end. Drummond, meanwhile, 11 points, 10 rebounds in the first half. His 38th double-double of the season. That's second most in the league. Great
Andre
pass
to Bruce Brown for a layup.
Brown for the layup.
All right, all tied up. There. Kyrie Irving.
Joe Harris
to
off
Joe
the
Harris.
screen.
Drives
Harris
it.
inside over
and
Drummond
got the
for the layup. Joe Harris had a great summer this year playing for USA Basketball in the World Cup of Basketball.
Rose
started the majority of their games for head coach Greg Popovich.
Got it stolen.
And a nice steal by Torian Prince. Got the layup to go.
And got the lay-in.
Great pressure.
Brooklyn with a 4-point lead.
Great pressure by Torian Prince. But I want to see a little bit more aggressiveness by Kyrie. Kyrie's only taken 8 shots so far.
Brown brings it
I know
up.
he's just trying to pick his battles and pick his spots. But this is a moment right here where he can really start to up his aggressiveness.
Remember, he had 45 just several days ago against the Pistons in that overtime win.
Sekou drives it.
Kumbuya on the baseline.
Why'd you stop?
And that's going to be an offensive foul against the rookie who just turned 19 years old.
All right, offensive foul.
Pardon me, that's a 3-second violation.
3-second violation.
Just turning 19, and it was interesting to hear
Come on,
Coach
you guys.
Casey
You guys got to have a clock in your head or
his
something.
development path potentially along the lines of Pascal Siakam,
Garrett Temple,
who he had with the
got fouled by
Toronto
Andre
Raptors,
Drummond.
who, for all intents and purposes, Casey helped develop him in the G League and bringing him along at just the right pace to the point where he's an all-star this year for the Raptors.
Well, and look, they won the G League championship, and him and Van Vliet, and then you put him in playoff moments, and these guys learn to excel because they've been in pressure moments on lower
Drives
stages.
it.
Irving,
shoots it.
Boy, he was
got
determined, Richard, to get that one up and off and in against Brown. Brown behind the Drummond screen. Back out to Rose with 12 on the clock. Rose with a nice
Rose got the
move
lay
through
in.
the paint, just easy and smooth. Derrick
That's the
Rose
deficit
with another
to 4.
bucket.
Kyrie Irving
Rose
drives
with 13.
it. Gives up to Joe. Gives up to
Prince from
Torian.
deep. Got it.
And got the triple to fall.
And the lead is 7 now for Brooklyn.
Up,
and that's Kyrie with the score.
72.
Then Kyrie pushing in transition, making the extra pass, almost the hockey
Rose
assist,
brings it
the
up.
pass that leads to the pass. It is all predicated on his aggression.
He's got 3 assists in the game. Rose into the paint again.
Rose gives up to Sekou.
Kumbuya
Sekou shoots a
downtown.
3.
And
Rebounded
Allen
by
clears
Jared
for
Allen.
Brooklyn. Irving up to Temple. You see that huge bandage over his left eye.
Kyrie for 3.
Timeout, Detroit.
It's almost like somebody said Kyrie needed to start being more aggressive.
How about that?
When you know.
All right, there is a timeout. Detroit. They're letting Kyrie wake up. Yeah, there's a timeout called by Detroit. So I have to mute it for copyright music and commercials. All right, RIP Juice. See you in a bit, Trox. Yeah, so we got some fun games coming up. Nets leading 82-72 over the Pistons. Yeah, if the Pistons can be aggressive the second half, you know, it's going to be an interesting game. I mean, I won't say it's as crazy as the highest scoring game in the NBA history, which was ironically our Sunday's opponent, but it was in Denver. It was Pistons at Denver Nuggets, and it was like 182 to 180 or something like that. Pistons won that game. That was just before the Bad Boys was known as the Bad Boys. But we definitely had a high scoring first half. Yeah. All right, and we are back,
emulated
folks.
Kobe Bryant since he studied Bryant's game in an endless series of YouTube clips while growing up in New Jersey. He emulated him like so many players did. But Kobe Bryant admitted in an interview back in 2019, the first name to come to mind when he was asked who was that mentee for him, he said Kyrie. And he recalled the story of when he got a FaceTime call after the Cavs came back with a 3-1 deficit, and he was sitting on his couch watching the game with Gianna. He picked up the FaceTime call, and it was Kyrie in the locker room. And he said, "Hey, it's Kyrie." And he said, "Dude, it worked. Your advice worked." And from that point, he said that
turnover.
He considered Kobe Bryant
Tony
his
Snell brings it up,
mentor
gives up to Derrick Rose, back to Tony
franchise.
Snell, shoots the three,
Yeah, Cassidy
and
Tony
got
Snell
the three
hits
to
the
fall.
Three for the Pistons. Just saw a moment
We
ago.
needed that.
Kyrie walking over courtside and
Cuts the deficit
giving
to
his
5.
dad a hug. Dredrick,
Kyrie Irving with the
the
basketball.
two of them would often, Dredrick was telling me prior to the
Joe
game
Harris
tonight,
drives
sit around at nighttime
gives
when
up to
Kyrie was
Taurean
growing up
Prince.
and study Kobe Bryant's footwork
Got his
and
triple
his
to fall.
fundamentals as the Nets knocked down another long ball. Dredrick, a former professional basketball player in
Andre
Australia,
Drummond with the basketball.
which is where Kyrie was actually born.
And on behalf of everyone in Cleveland and the Cleveland organization, thank you,
Kyrie
Kobe,
brings
for
it up.
whatever advice you gave Kyrie, because it was so important to our success.
And you heard Cassidy
Stolen
reporting
by
told Kobe
Dre.
it worked.
Bruce Brown
Here's
brings
Snell.
it up. Snell
Approaching
to
7.5
Bruce
to go here in the third
Screen
quarter.
by Andre.
8-point
Bruce
lead
Brown
for Brooklyn
over
off glass.
Jarrett
Bruce
Allen
Brown
and got
it
the
to fall.
jumper to fall.
Brown, a guy that has been a combo guard for Dwayne Casey the last couple of years. Played both the point and the two. That's going to be a foul against Brown.
All right, Bruce Brown
The
picks up
scene
the
I was
foul
referring to a
on
moment
Kyrie
ago.
Irving.
Dredrick and Kyrie. That was part of the attraction of Kyrie coming back and playing for Brooklyn, was that he would be close to his family. And he has a large amount of family members
Appreciate that, Judge
routinely
Anand.
attend the game. His
Hopefully I
sister
said your name correctly.
also
Welcome
here
to the family. You're
courtside,
definitely an
along with
MVP.
his dad. Dredrick played at Boston University
Joe
back in
Harris
the day. Joe
with the
Harris
lay-in.
gets the layup to go. Dredrick played for Mike Jarvis collegiately.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Oh, Jarvis.
Derrick Rose into the paint.
Tony Snell
Out to Snell.
shoots a three, misses
That one's
it.
short.
Taurean Prince with the rebound. Kyrie Irving brings it up, gives up to Taurean Prince.
Prince out front.
Joe Harris
How dangerous,
to
Richard,
Prince.
is this point of the game for the
Shoots the
Pistons?
three.
Falling behind
misses
by
it. Derrick Rose with the
almost
rebound
double
brings it up
digits
the
here.
court.
Well, it's again, when you look at this entire
Misses
game,
it.
it's been
Andre
their bench
Drummond
that has
with the
been their
rebound.
aggression. So
Goes back
you're
up, gets it,
almost
blocked.
waiting to see what happens when their bench comes into play.
Right.
Right. The starters have
Bruce
been a little
Brown
slow
was
for
wide
whatever
open
reason
at
tonight.
the three-point line.
So this is more about what the energy the bench can come, but you got to keep it within reach. And
I understand
Good block
you're
of the night
great
here,
close
Richard.
yeah,
five,
and
but
great
you got
job
a
by
shot blocker
Joe
right
Harris,
next
because
to
this
you.
is not a foul. No need to foul. Just use your verticality and allow your big man to come up and clean up the mess. Sometimes guards get in there and reach and slap and give a guy 2 free throws when you had that backside help.
All right, Garrett.
Garrett
Joe
Allen had
Harris.
20 points and 15
Inbounds
rebounds
it to
against Detroit on
Allen.
Saturday. His 21st double-double of the
Harris
season.
with basketball.
And the Yankees
Drives
are a big
it.
fan of his. Harris
Misses it.
had it partially blocked. And
All
Brown
right.
pushing back the other way
Bruce
for the
Brown
Pistons.
brings it up.
Down by
Drives it. Shoots
9.
it. Misses it.
Brown missing the floater. Miami down by 8 points. That's going to be a foul against Drummond. His 4th foul.
Drummond with 4 fouls.
As Dinwiddie
And it's only
gets ready to check into the game for
remaining
Brooklyn.
in the
And
third.
Christian Wood for the Pistons.
All right, there is a timeout called. It is 87-79. 6:03 remain in the third. Judge's pleasure. Appreciate that. Lance says, come on, Dre. Bruce was wide open and you were triple teamed. Absolutely. I mean, I get it. You're right at the rim. There is a higher chance you could get a foul. But sometimes, make that extra pass. If Bruce Brown feels confident into shooting that triple, he can hit the 3. You're down low already. Or you set something up and use that play clock. It's the little things that you got to do in order to, win a basketball game. That's why, the going to work Pistons were so special. That's why, you seen the Golden State Warriors be so special during their run. You look at last year, the Toronto Raptors, they were doing the little things. It adds up. Making the extra pass. Being not selfish. Getting your entire team involved. We got one of the best benches in the NBA. But, it's like, what's the point at some point? Because, we're still losing. Well, what's causing these losses? It's the little things. Obviously you go up against, certain teams and you have 60 points on the bench because they're injured. Yeah, it hurts. Still not an excuse. You still got to play the basketball game. You still got to go out there and perform at a high level. Detroit started this game very, very poorly. If you're ever going to dedicate anything to Kobe Bryant, you better come out there throwing haymakers. Because this is the one thing about Kobe. Kobe outworked everybody. He even outworked himself, if that can make sense. He would be in the gym while people still had crust in their eyes early in the morning. Who does that for, USA basketball scrimmage? But that was Kobe. So if you're going to dedicate anything to Kobe, you better come out swinging and want it way more than everybody else.
A little boost, get dunked on. The next time you grab the ball, you'll have a little extra interview.
Andre Drummond
Garrett
with
Allen's
a
gonna
double-double,
inbound it.
11 points, 11 rebounds tonight.
Kyrie Irving brings
Garrett
it
Allen
up.
with 11 points and
Guarded by
5
Langston
boards.
Galloway.
Kyrie up court. Much more active offensively here in the third
Joe
quarter.
Harris misses the triple.
And Jackson
Reggie
in the ball
Jackson
game
brings it
for
up.
Detroit. Jackson on that minutes restriction. Remember, at about
Markeith back to
22,
Jackson.
he's played 13
To Christian
so
Wood.
far.
Christian Wood with a
inside
nice pump
for the
fake
layup.
and got the bucket.
Detroit has cut it to a 6-point game.
This
All right,
is
Kyrie
that
Irving
bench that
brings
we
it
were
up.
talking about. How this
Got
bench
fouled by Langston
responds
Galloway.
to this lead by the Brooklyn Nets. That's when it was going to get crucial, right? Because the bench had played so well. So sometimes it's the bench that's just hot and carries you over the night. So this is actually a crucial time for Brooklyn. If they can extend the lead here, then when they come back in and for whatever reason the starters have been struggling, that's
Brooklyn
when
is
it
now
actually
in the
starts to get
bonus
nervous
with
for that Detroit
5:32
team.
remaining in the quarter.
Galloway at the free throw
Kyrie
line.
Irving.
Pardon me, the foul on Galloway. Kyrie at the line.
Makes the first.
This is the place for.
All right, there's some copywritten commercial and music I do have to mute it for. All right, Kyrie has the basketball.
Brooklyn is going to be shooting free throws for the next 5:32 in the third quarter.
Reggie
Meanwhile,
Jackson
the Nets without
brings it
any
up.
team fouls. 0. Wood with a high ball screen for Jackson.
Langston
Galloway with the floater. Got it.
got the floater to hit.
Galloway really got his career started here in New York.
Karis LeVert with the basketball.
Crosstown Knicks. Set a name for himself. Karis LeVert.
Oh, got a block by
fouled
Christian
by
Wood.
Wood.
They call it foul.
Dwayne Casey telling Christian Wood, hey, straight up and down, not with the hands.
And sometimes, and that's a new rule in the last, I want to say, 5 or 6 years, that verticality. And it used to be
I do want to say
you
shout
had
out
to go for the block
Karis
shot,
LeVert.
right?
Go blue.
If you attacked someone's body, then it could be a foul. But now with the verticality, you just show verticality, and it's all up sometimes about what doesn't frustrate coaches. If you
Welcome
go and
back,
get verticality
RPGs.
every single time, and that's just straight up and down, and a guy scores, coaches will never say anything to you. You start trying to block shots and
All right,
trying to
split
block
the pair.
three-pointers that we've seen 4 times tonight.
Brooklyn
Those are
by
the ones
7,
that you end
90
up getting
to
on film
83.
and drive coaches
5 minutes
nuts.
remain in the third. Reggie Jackson almost turned the ball
Snell
over,
almost threw
but
it away. Here's
Galloway
Galloway.
seen it.
Allen switches onto him.
All right, Markeith into Christian Wood. Christian Wood to a cutting
Hot pass, never caught.
Reggie,
And back
but
the other
got
way
it
to Brooklyn.
stolen.
Chandler surveys. Karis LeVert working against Christian Wood.
All right.
LeVert going to take out his do-it-yourself kit. Irving
Kyrie
with 6 on the
Irving
shot clock.
drives
Kyrie
it, step back,
pumped the
and
brakes.
got the jumper to
And boy,
fall.
Jackson needs some new brake pads.
Oh, everyone's going to need new brake pads. And look, Kyrie could not care less who is in front of him. When it's time for him to get a bucket, he's going to go out and do that.
All right,
I got you, Cassidy.
So Langston Galloway shoots the
16
three
points.
and got the triple
Galloway
to
with the
fall.
counter 3. Keeping the Pistons in it. This bench has done a really nice job tonight. And keeping them
Karis
in the game.
LeVert with the
51
basketball.
total points by the Pistons bench as DeAndre Jordan gets ready to check in for Brooklyn. LeVert slaloming through the lane.
Chandler with the basketball. Gives it
Kyrie
back to
getting
Kyrie.
downhill.
Kyrie.
Tipped
Off
up
the
by
high
Allen,
glass.
no good. Wood clears.
Christian Wood with the rebound.
Chance
Tony
here for
Snell brings
Detroit
it
to
up.
get to
Shoots
within
a
4 or
triple. Missed it. Langston Galloway with the rebound.
Back out
Tony
to Snell.
Snell.
Going to try another 3.
Off the front iron.
Wood
Rebounded by
active on the
Christian
offensive
Wood.
boards and causing the foul. So good hustle by Christian Wood as Tony Snell had a couple of
Hey,
cracks.
I got
That's
to
the
clap to
first
that.
team foul
Anytime you
against
get hustle
Brooklyn in the third
points
quarter.
like that.
And Tony Snell's a good three-point shooter, shooting at 43%, but it just doesn't look like he has his rhythm tonight. You get 2 shots at it. That's as good of an opportunity as you're going to have to knock down one. But, you know, that starters and the
Asia
way the
says,
bench
"Where's
is
Trox?"
playing, they
What do
need
you mean,
a little bit more juice
Asia?
in order to get over that hump, in my opinion, for this game.
And Richard Snell coming back from the flu.
Speed.
I'm guessing that it takes you a while to get your wind and your cardio back after that.
Well, he's shooting like he had the coronavirus. That's the way he's shooting right now. So hopefully he'll be feeling
Reggie
better and get his
Jackson.
stroke right.
Started by Garrett Temple.
Jackson on the baseline with the left. And
Oh,
one.
got an and one.
Reggie
Jackson.
Jackson
goes to the free throw line
Makes it
for
a
one.
4-point game. Impressive move.
Yeah, and look, Reggie Jackson has such an array of spin moves, crossovers. He's one of those guys that believes in his ability. And this is a huge shot in the arm for the Detroit Pistons to get him back in their lineup, healthy, ready to go to finish this final stretch going into the postseason.
Oh, he misses the
Actually
free
played
throw.
all 82 games a season ago, plus the 4 playoff games against the Bucks in which where they were
Spencer
swept.
Dinwiddie brings it up.
There's 42 games already this season.
Drives
To
it.
stay healthy
Got
now.
fouled.
Dinwiddie fouled
Goes to
by
the free
Reggie
throw line
Jackson
for 2.
and put Dinwiddie on the strike. Dinwiddie shaking
All right,
off
Reggie
his
Jackson picked up the
arm.
foul.
Getting hit on that funny bone. Or going to the free throw line. Spencer Dinwiddie coming off the bench here tonight, averaging 21 points per
Makes
game
the first.
on the season.
And look at that. Just an improvement every single year. When we talked to him and we talked about his connection to Kobe, and he said when he talked to Kobe a couple of weeks ago, that was the first time that Kobe had talked to him as an individual that he felt like respected. He was like, hey, you're playing like an all-star, so proud of your growth. And that's where, you know, that connection as your favorite player starts to see the work that you're putting in, and that's how you earn Kobe's respect by putting in that work.
Markieff to Christian Wood. Christian Wood with a jam.
An easy one, and the Pistons cut the lead to 3.
Guarded by Svi Mykhailiuk.
Dinwiddie from South Central Los Angeles, like many players in that area. Kobe was their guy. Great give
Garrett
and
Temple,
by
beautiful ball movement. I got to clap on that one. That was good ball movement. Got the easy lay-in.
Big Band-Aid patch over that left eye, but obviously seeing well enough to
Markieff turned it over.
I mean, that thing, that's a Rocky Balboa thing right there, man.
Like Captain Jack Sparrow. How can you even see through that thing?
5-point lead by the Nets. Kenny Atkinson calls out the half-court set. Dinwiddie. Jordan rolled. They didn't hit him.
All right,
here's LeVert against Mykhailiuk. 4 on the shot clock. He's got to get to work. Little side step 3 on the way.
Off the back heel.
And the back tap by Jordan. Another possession and shot clock already down to 10.
Dinwiddie with the basketball.
Boy, good defense by the Pistons. Jackson didn't get there in rotation.
Temple shoots the 3, misses it.
Temple misfiring, and another.
You guys got to box out.
By DeAndre Jordan.
Let it go out of bounds.
Couldn't get
Finally,
out of bounds.
Detroit basketball.
It'll be Piston basketball. So under 2 minutes to go, they can cut it to 3.
All right, 148 left in the third.
DJ
95
was shaking
to 90.
off that
Detroit
right
with
hand
basketball.
a little bit. Remember, he's returning from a dislocated right middle finger.
Oh, okay, Asia. You're from Brooklyn. That's what's up.
Wood. Markieff Morris back to Wood.
Owen O'Connor?
4 on the shot clock.
Yeah, I seen that. That was very respectful from Brooklyn.
1:20 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, I'm from Detroit.
LeVert, boy, missed it from point blank range.
All right, Christian Wood with the rebound.
Boy, they really
Reggie Jackson brings it up.
Need him to get back to where he was prior.
To Svi. To Christian Wood. Shoots a triple. Misses it. DeAndre Jordan with the rebound.
They're having great looks.
Dinwiddie brings it up.
Down the same way they did in the first half.
Drives it.
Dinwiddie
kicks it out to Chandler.
Brooklyn has missed 9 of their last 11 shots.
Gives it back to Karis
LeVert. A little
LeVert.
Disconcerted here on this sequence.
Back to Chandler. Got fouled.
Wood. That's going to put them on the free throw line. Let's get back to Karis LeVert, because he's a guy that Brooklyn, Richard, are heavily invested in. And as a player, what goes through your mind when you're struggling like he is and still trying to get back into the rhythm when you know that you can get back to where you were before?
Well, you have to be patient, and that's what the coaching staff has to preach. Yes, everyone wants you to get back to that space, but it's about patience and understanding that you will get there. Continue putting in the work. Continue working on your body, making sure your body's able to recover. And I know they're talking about how to mix Spencer Dinwiddie with Karis LeVert and Kyrie. Well, look, the Clippers have Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and they got Lou Williams coming off the bench. Yeah. These are good problems to have. Yeah. These are the problems that as a coach you want. And so as long as everybody is on board with and understand there's another monster coming next year, right, that will be playing for them. His name is Kevin Durant. So you want those problems of how do we mix all of this beautiful talent together.
Reggie Jackson
to Christian Wood. Christian Wood with the monstrous jam.
Reggie Jackson, the playmaker.
Let's go.
19 points and 4 assists. We got a 5-point game. We did have a 2-for-1, but now Temple going to run a set. Wood.
Christian Wood with the steal.
In transition.
Can go coast to coast. Got
and
fouled.
Christian Wood with tremendous effort and activity.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And watch this pass by Reggie Jackson between his own 5 holes. And those passes dunk themselves. The only thing you got to do right here is just walk it in. Great finish and even a better pass by Reggie Jackson.
And that gets Kyrie Irving and Joe Harris off the bench for Kenny Atkinson. What really says a lot about the Pistons undermanned.
97 to 92.
Blake Griffin gone. potentially for the rest of the season after knee surgery. And this team playing hard here tonight in the dog days of the NBA season. Let's take a look at the upcoming national TV schedule. Tomorrow on TNT, Golden State at Boston, followed by Utah at Denver. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. That Utah-Denver game, an interesting one. Utah beaten at home recently by the Houston Rockets, and undermanned Houston team. What do you make of Utah's chances in the West, Richard, this year?
I really do like Utah.
And he makes the second.
I believe that, you know, there's 2 or 3 teams there that if they it would take one upset. Do I think Utah, Denver, and Dallas can possibly make it to a conference final? I do.
All
because
right,
it would only take one upset of the
93,
Lakers or Clippers.
10
but
seconds.
After that, it's going to be
Kyrie
tough
with the
for them to
basketball.
get past both those teams.
Drives it, shoots it, got fouled, missed the free throw line, or goes to the free throw. 5 seconds remaining.
Standings in the Western Conference right now. Denver, we were talking about them, 4th. And Houston, boy, that was an impressive win in Utah with no Westbrook,
that's a half game
no
lead.
Harden, and Eric Gordon with a season high.
Are we going to start the conversation that maybe Houston's better without Westbrook and Harden? No? Okay, good. Because good.
Right.
That's a
Kyrie Irving
it was a
first.
test.
I wasn't going there.
It was a test, and you passed
98,
it.
93.
All right, Chelsea. No, I really do like Dallas. I really do like Utah. I think all of these teams, if they get hot, they might be able to upset a Clippers. They might be able to upset the Lakers.
Really?
I do
Got them
believe
both.
that. Now,
99 to 93.
If these teams get hot, if another team has an injury,
Reggie
but
Jackson
it'd just be tough for them to finish it.
Shoots
Jackson
it,
at the end of the quarter,
got it
blocked
blocked by
by
DeAndre
DeAndre
Jordan at the
Jordan.
buzzer. And that's the end of 3, 99-93. We're headed in to the money quarter. Grizzlies beating the Knicks 101-86. Asia says, of course they are. Asia, do you see something new? Memphis got the 8th spot right now. Tough for Knicks fans. They thought they were getting Durant and Zion. Gonna be a fun 4th quarter, says Lance. Absolutely. So I just want to let you guys know, tomorrow I'll be on for Utah and Denver. Then Friday I will be on for Portland Trailblazers at the Los Angeles Lakers. Saturday I will be on for Philadelphia at Boston. And then Sunday I'll be on for the Nuggets at the Pistons, followed by the Super Bowl. And then Monday, I'll be on for Detroit at Memphis. Oh, hey, you know, I got a lot of respect for Spencer Dinwiddie way before. I mean, obviously he was drafted by the Detroit Pistons. But Spencer Dinwiddie, man, every single year, despite whatever has happened to him, has always gotten better every single year. You know, he embodies what a pro is. You know, so if the Brooklyn Nets you know, beat the Detroit Pistons, you know, it's congratulations to them and Spencer Dinwiddie. You know, but I mean, I am a Detroit Pistons fan, as most of you guys all know.
And Coach, I know it's an emotional game for Kyrie, but what did you
Atkinson.
notice about his output there in the 3rd quarter with 10 points?
I mean, he's playing great. I mean, we obviously went to him at the end of the quarter there. Keep the ball in his hands. We got to do a better job screening for him. But I liked our defense better in that third quarter. I thought we, you know, in the first 2 quarters, we weren't getting stops.
Specifically, their bench is really providing a boost. So what is your message with the second unit defensively?
Yeah, they got to start the second quarter. They got to start the, the fourth quarter with getting stops.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks so much. Mark, back to you.
All right, AT, I
They had the
appreciate
lead,
you coming
Cassidy,
out,
going
brother.
into the final 12 here. And
hey, Zion's first couple
Coach
games
Atkinson
were
prior
awesome.
to the game, he said, this
All right,
is
Spencer
the
Dinwiddie
stretch
with
of the
the ball.
schedule, Richard, where we got to make some money. Get some
Drives
drives.
it.
Dinwiddie high off glass.
This is it.
Out of bounds
Detroit
off of
basketball.
Jordan. It'll be Pistons basketball.
And he talk about get some money back because
Right.
he felt like they left a few on the table. And
All right,
you know,
Derrick
that's why I
Rose
said
brings it
that
up.
bench had been so crucial. But right now it's the starters. The bench has
Is that
done their
Marquis?
job. Now it's a matter of the starters to pick up this slack and get going.
Out of
And
bounds
that's
on
probably not the way you
Detroit.
want to get it. Just for some reason, the starters have been a little discombobulated. You see that? I used a big word for it.
Very, had about 4 syllables.
Yeah, it did. It did. It's a rare one for me.
6-point game after the Markeith Morris turnover. Morris changing his number to 88. Tribute
Chandler
to
shoots the three.
Kobe Bryant, as Cassidy
Speed with the
reported a little bit
rebound.
earlier. Here's
Derrick
Rose.
Rose brings it up. Back to Speed.
Tell you what, it would be a fantastic story if Derrick Rose were named as a reserve for the Eastern Conference for the All-Star game, going back to his native Chicago, where he began his career. Morris on the baseline.
Marquis turns
Backing down
around.
Chandler.
Got
That's a
the
big-time
jumper
shot
to
at
fall.
Toning for the previous turnover. 4-point game.
He's been going to work on the block. We've seen
What's
some
going on,
left-hand
Isaac?
finishes, a
Appreciate you,
turnaround
brother,
jumper.
for coming out.
Dinwiddie.
Spencer
the
Dinwiddie
paint, tough
turnaround
shot, made it.
jumper to fall. 101-95.
Dinwiddie, the primary ball
Brooklyn
handler
with
there.
the lead.
Kyrie Irving beginning this
10 and a
fourth
half
quarter on the
left
bench.
in the ball game.
Rose. Oh. Thought that was tipped out of bounds. I guess it wasn't. Off the turnover, it'll be Brooklyn ball. That's a real head scratcher for Derrick Rose.
Yeah, and even Ed Malloy was looking around to see if any other official wanted to come over and give help if they saw something different, and no one else did, so you play on.
I mean, James Harden is James Harden. He's defending
Chandler from the corner, short.
MVP.
Rose
Derrick Rose.
got tripped up, lost control of the ball, but it'll stay Pistons basketball. Derrick Rose a
All
little
right, stop
disjointed
barking.
here to start the fourth quarter.
Stop barking with the refs.
We got a
And he
technical
got a
foul
technical foul.
called by Ed Malloy.
Shut up, Derrick Rose, and
Apparently
play
on
basketball. You're giving them points.
Derrick Rose doesn't usually express himself a lot, does he?
No, and so there must have been something that was said that was a little out of character even for Derrick Rose.
Yeah, he kept barking.
That was interesting because
Stay quiet.
I just told a story
It
about
was
one
your
of the
ball.
Pistons, how Derrick
Go
Rose
out
really
there,
doesn't
make a
say
play.
a whole bunch on the court. He just
Not hard.
leads by
Come on.
example. Doesn't trash talk a whole bunch, but they do have a ping pong table inside the practice facility where he talks all kinds of junk to his teammates when he dominates them.
All right, Derrick Rose inbounding it.
Never
Got
really
it to
know.
Langston Galloway,
back
to
out
Marquise,
Morris.
to Speed.
10 minutes to go in the fourth.
Speed shoots the three.
Off the dribble.
Rebounded
Cleared
by
Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan. Appreciate that, Isaac.
Good
Welcome
help
to
by
the family.
Drummond.
You're definitely an MVP, brother.
Dinwiddie with 12 on the shot clock. He got loose. And he doesn't
Dinwiddie
need much
for three.
space or time. Dinwiddie now up
It's
to
a 10-point
23.
game. Derrick
Gives
Rose.
a little smile and laugh to Andre Drummond.
And Kyrie Irving was the first one up on the Brooklyn bench to applaud for his backcourt teammate.
And you see Spencer taking his
Hey,
time
come
here.
on, Derrick.
Sees Drummond come out, knocks it down, gives him a little love, a little what's up.
Here's
All right,
Rose.
Derrick Rose.
Floater in the paint.
Jumper.
Derrick Rose
Got
to
it.
go.
Nothing you can do about that shot.
going on,
Derrick Rose
Daryl?
is so quick to get to any spot. If he's knocking down that floater, it is next to impossible to guard.
Richard, we were talking about prior to the game as Dinwiddie continues to cook. Derrick Rose, since his rookie year, works out pre-game delay of game against Brooklyn. Derrick Rose, prior to every game, he travels with that oversized, heavy basketball, practices shooting floaters with it. You ever use one of those?
No, that was not my thing. But Derrick uses that, and for some reason, it just gives him the feel that he wants. It gives his body the work that he wants, and makes him feel more comfortable on the court. And everybody has their own thing, and if that's his thing, and I've seen him with that ball and carries it all the time.
We got another technical foul called.
Oh, what's going on here? You get a technical. You get a technical.
That's going to go against Andre Drummond. So first Derrick Rose, now Andre Drummond.
What are you guys doing?
Burke going to take the free
throw.
Stop
barking.
He's a little afraid by the Pistons.
Or I'm going to start barking at you guys on Twitter.
That's the play in question that raised the ire of Andre Drummond. Right now, his Pistons trailing by.
All right. There's a timeout call. Yeah, I gave it to you, I think in the middle of the third. You've been rocking with me for a long time, so, definitely appreciate that. I can find out for you, Isaac. Let me see. For Houston, Gerald Green is out, and Nene is out. For Portland, Nurkic is out, Labissiere is out, Collins is out. Oh, sorry. Collins is out, and Rodney Hood is OFS. I don't know what that stands for. How many points does Kyrie have? Kyrie Irving has 18 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He's shooting 6 for 13, 2 for 4 for 3. He made all 4 free throws. He has 2 steals, 3 turnovers, and 2 fouls. The leading scorer so far for the Brooklyn Nets have been Spencer Dinwiddie. He is actually the game leading scorer. Oh, you're welcome, Isaac. Oh, you're welcome, Ed Llewell. Appreciate you for coming out. Oh. Hey, R.I.P. Juice. Come on now. What's going on? Watchful News.
As the Celtics
says the Nets
getting that big win. Joel Embiid had a nice night
Diamond Hart
in his last game, coming back from that
through finger
injury. Dinwiddie
He'll
still
be deadly once KD
cooking hotter than fish grease right now. He is really heating up here late in the game. 28.
Got that triple to fall. Andre Drummond gets fouled by Chandler.
No doubt on that whistle and foul.
Watch this.
Yeah,
Just
I already said that
stop
as soon
and
as they
pop.
got
Maybe
Kyrie
think
and
he's gonna get
KD,
a
I
foul,
said
but the ability to focus
following
through that
year,
jump shot, that is extremely
you better
tough
guard
with somebody
every
right on
single
that hip where
player
the ball is.
and
On the
do not
ball
let them get
side,
up a shot.
That is a very, very difficult
because
shot.
they will
Impressive
kill you.
shot by Spencer Dinwiddie, who is cooking
Brooklyn's
right
going to be dangerous next year.
Think about Dinwiddie as a junior.
All right, Drummond
Blew out
this
his
is the first.
ACL at Colorado. And that began the long, hard road to where he is right now. Recently signing a lucrative 3-year deal.
Okay, it said, what do you call it? He had a leg
Brooklyn,
injury.
part of their future.
And he misses them both.
Drummond goes 0 for 2, about a 60% foul shooter on the season.
There might have been a giveaway for those two.
Sekou only played 8 minutes.
A little bit of crowd to even hear it on TV.
Mykhailiuk to get the ball out of Dinwiddie's hands. Temple, a little bit strong and rebounded by
Morris
Morris.
with the rebound. Derrick
Rose
Rose.
down by 14. Rose deep in his.
Oh, got the up and under the fall.
Wow. Oh, Derrick Rose.
The amount of English it takes to spin that ball in the right touch, so impressive.
Dwayne Casey told us once in a while you get those flashes back to 2011.
Karis LeVert with the jumper.
Karis LeVert hits the mid-range
Yeah,
jump
Daryl,
shot.
he's starting to get on my last nerve right now.
Game along with Taurean Prince.
Drummond better get something fired up
12 consecutive games with 20 or
before
more.
he finds himself out of Detroit.
They double team him. Drummond goes quickly with it and draws the foul on DeAndre Jordan.
I mean, you can't replace him, but
watch this downhill. This is the burst that we're talking about that he still has. And just the ability and the English to go through the contact, boom, hits the hole, hits
Heck,
the
I had my head almost decapitated on a football field. I got up that very same play and saved the touchdown.
In their prime would have difficulty making.
Oh, you're welcome, Asia.
Could have been arguing for an and one there, Jones.
Yeah. We've been through that already with the officials. Drummond having a tough time. That's his third consecutive
miss. Stop smiling. You're missing the free throws. You're down.
We'll find
out
down
14
points.
Tomorrow,
actually.
And you over here missing free throws and smiling.
The Eastern and Western Conference All-Star reserves. Derrick Rose, might he be one of those guys?
You know, I think he has an opportunity, and if anything, for a little bit of nostalgia.
Breathe, follow through, issue. There you go.
Right. It is difficult because their record isn't as strong, even though they're in the playoff hunt. Their record isn't as strong, but his performance has been very
Dinwiddie
strong.
with the basketball, guarded by Tony Snell.
Even in the skills competition or something like that. That was Drummond's first point in the second half.
Dinwiddie gets fouled.
Fouled Dinwiddie, and Mykhailiuk took a shot to the face. Mykhailiuk, former member of the Los Angeles Lakers, was traded to Detroit by LA. Here's one more look at what happened. I think Dinwiddie inadvertently got him on the way down.
Yeah.
Maybe it was on the way up.
No, it was a foul. He's just getting bounced around in there like a pinball.
Ed Malloy going to the monitor to take a look at this.
All right, the plays getting reviewed.
Mykhailiuk had a great debut as a rookie with the Los Angeles Lakers back in the Las Vegas Summer League. Great spot-up shooter, but really never found his role that first year with Los Angeles. And getting better at the defensive end under Dwayne Casey, fouling Dinwiddie though there.
Well, and it's the look, the initial foul is right there.
No,
so
I
what
think
your body does
Luka
after
Doncic is
that,
going to get
to
the
me, is not
MVP
flagrant.
this year.
If I'm trying to go up with emotion and I get fouled,
it's between
hard,
him and
did,
Giannis.
And then my body now falls into a position where I hit the player. Yeah, to me that's a common foul. That's not a flagrant. Yeah, it's a common foul. Now, if that initial right elbow went into him and you're initiating that contact, that's one thing. But that's a pretty easy review for Ed Malloy and the officials.
Welcome back,
It's going to
Art.
put Spencer Dinwiddie back on the foul line. A big night for him tonight with 28 points. And a number change. Nice debut with that new number for Dinwiddie, number 26. 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 6 from downtown.
Misses the first. Misses the second. Oop.
Mention the fact that Dinwiddie got his shot with the Windy City Bulls in 2016, where he says he really learned how to run a team.
Back to Reggie.
They got a
Screen
shot
by
here with
Andre.
Brooklyn.
Gives the ball to
Rolling
Andre.
with the left hand, missed it. And Brooklyn going to have numbers coming back the other way, 5 on 4. Irving, quick catch and shoot. Prince, Kyrie for the putback.
Kyrie with the putback. Yeah, I'm ready for the Super Bowl.
Here's Jackson. Kyrie with 18 points. Now 20. Jackson backs out Jordan and misfires.
I don't hate James Harden.
Detroit losing a little bit of steam here, Richard.
I think the head coach is
like
killing
it's been
his
the starters.
talent.
The bench has really done their job. The starters just haven't really answered that call.
Dorian Prince.
That's because I'm also a Suns fan. I'm a Pistons and Suns fan.
Still time for the Pistons, but they got to make a push here.
He killed my Suns team
8 and
with
15
Steve
on
Nash
the road.
and them.
Hilo, quick catch and shoot. Irving, little baseline jumper off the mark. Jackson inside. Wood kicks it out to a wide open Tony Snell.
Tony Snell makes the triple.
Hits the 3 to cut the lead to 12.
There you go, Tony Snell, feeling better already.
So you got it in the
Little
playoffs.
fluid, little hydration. He's shooting better already.
I mean, Detroit's not that far away. But they got to start winning games, like point blank period. Like, I don't care if you're on the road against Brooklyn. You got to win the game. You want to make the playoffs, you got to go out and do unthinkable things, like going to Boston and picking up a victory. How you go to Boston and pick up a win, but you get trampled on by, right now, a 12-point deficit to Brooklyn. And they don't even have their best player out on the court, and Kevin Durant. Like, this stuff don't make sense. You know? Life of a Detroit fan, man. That's Detroit in a nutshell. Like last year, we go up and play the New England Patriots and beat them and only win 6 games. What's going on, Aswin? Oh, yeah, I think so, too. Absolutely, Daryl. If you're not motivated to win, you probably won't play that way. You know, that's right now, that's how Detroit is playing. Andre Drummond is a shell of himself right now. Daryl says we have lazy players. You know, and then you wonder why Andre Drummond gets snubbed from the All-Star game. Stop being lazy. Stop pouting. You know, go out there, punch somebody in their mouth. Not physically, because that will get you suspended. You know, but go out, be aggressive. The more aggressive you are, higher chances you're going to get the refs' respect. Like, hey, he's going out there trying his hardest. You know? And that's exactly what you're seeing the Brooklyn Nets doing. You know? They're going out there playing aggressive, playing the right way, sharing the ball. Leads to easy points. You know, you got to tip your hat off to Brooklyn. You know Spencer was going to go off tonight because, for one, it's his former team.
Kyrie,
right,
who's
we're back
now, and Spencer Dinwiddie, who've been averaging
All right,
over 20
Kyrie
points per
Irving with
game. Well,
basketball.
tonight, no problem, right? Why do you think that's been the case?
Well, I think because
Out of bounds,
great players
Detroit
need
basketball.
each other. You need
Right.
players
Off of,
that can step up
Torian
and do
Prince.
things. If Kyrie's having an off first half or gets into foul trouble, Spencer Dinwiddie, and I've watched him learn
Nah,
how
the Rockets
to,
ain't gonna
like
win
you
it
talked
all.
about,
It's
run
gonna
a
be the
team,
Clippers.
get
Next
other
year it's gonna be
players
the
involved.
Lakers.
No, learn how to pick his spots. That was kind of a blessing in disguise. Now it's a matter of putting it all together.
12-point lead. Pistons down with 5 minutes to
What's
go.
going
Reggie
on,
Jackson
Shane?
in the paint, tough shot. And he'll go to the free throw line for a pair. That's going to be the third team foul against Brooklyn. Detroit with just one.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit's trying to trade
Reggie
Andre
Jackson,
Drummond
as we
for a
mentioned,
first-round
is
pick.
42
Nobody's going
games
to, give us
middle
that
part of
first-round
the
pick. Now,
regular season.
if
He
we
just
get a
played the
first-round
first
pick
two,
for
and
Andre,
then
I would
was out
take
with
it.
that stress reaction in his back. In the final year of his contract.
I'm willing to give Derrick Rose and Langston Galloway to Lakers if they're willing to give
Jackson,
up Kyle
a 77%
Kuzma.
free throw shooter. Double-figure scoring in all three that he's played after his return, averaging about 17 per contest. Jackson born in
No, hey, I'm not hating on your
Italy,
team. It's
where his
your head
father
coach.
served at US
Your
Air
head
Force
coach
Base.
killed the Phoenix Suns team
Irving gets by Galloway.
that was led by Steve
Out to
Nash.
Prince.
Torian Prince hits the triple.
Just so easy. When you have guys like Kyrie and
I
Spencer
actually like your
that are just
guys'
gonna
squad.
create open looks because
I
they
just
draw
can't
so
stand
much
your
attention.
team, your
Your
head
only job
coach.
is just to knock down quality shots. Great shot by
You
Torian
fire
Prince.
Rose
D'Antoni
gets it out to Wood. Gets
And,
it back with 9 on the shot clock.
and get yourself a new coach. I guarantee you
Wood
probably
posted
will
up
win
against Kyrie.
a championship.
Had a little one, and he'll go to the free throw line. The foul is going to go against Joe Harris.
So now the last two possessions by the Brooklyn Nets, they
Who's fit in
fouled.
nice,
And
says
that's
Shane.
the one thing that they need to avoid doing here. You got 4 minutes to go. You got a 14-point lead. Stopping the clock and giving them opportunity for points, that is really the one thing that can give them enough time to get back into this game. We saw it with Sacramento and the Timberwolves
Mike
just a
D'Antoni is
couple of
hot
games
trash.
ago, coming back from a 17-point lead with
Filled with old
3 minutes to
school-
go. I
Largest
believe.
ever kid
Yeah,
like that
largest
late.
ever.
Moldy
But a lot of it is free throws,
baby
three-point
dude.
shots. So that's the one thing that you want to do. You don't want to give up. You don't want to give up fouls and let them.
But the
get,
team is
free
nice.
throws, and then you don't want to give up three-point shots. Just play steady defense here for another 2.5 minutes, and then you're probably going to be in a pretty good spot to just roll this game.
Like that's the
Wood
missing
knocks down the
thing
second
for the
free throw,
Houston
right?
Rockets is a new head
Pair of
coach.
Kobe's tonight. Cross court, it's Dinwiddie. 5 on the shot clock. He's got to get to work. Step back
Dinwiddie
three.
shoots it. Misses it.
And
Torian
Prince with another
the
offensive
rebound.
possession.
Joe Harris back
Kyrie
to
out
Kyrie.
top. Joe Harris,
Joe Harris shoots the three
former
off the iron.
three-point shooting champ, off the mark.
Derrick Rose brings it up.
Rose
shoots
with
the
a quick
three of his
three-pointer.
own.
Got it.
Got his
D.
three-pointer to
Rose
fall.
makes it a 9-point game with plenty of time to play.
What did we say Brooklyn
Yeah.
can't do?
Yeah.
Three-point shots
You know,
and
that's
fouls.
the bad part about the Pistons. We have a
Prince
50-win squad.
behind
We're
the
just
Allen
not healthy
screen.
to be a 50-win squad.
Detroit's still alive.
Great opportunity by Detroit right here.
Reggie Jackson on the probe. Great rotation by
Turnover.
Prince. They got a 3-on-1. Irving to Prince. Layup. And Casey calls timeout. Pistons.
All right, Coach Casey calls the timeout. 3:09 to play. It is 120 to 109. Oh, yeah, Kobe will never be forgotten. You know, that's today's generation's Michael Jordan. I got the privilege to see Michael Jordan play, Kobe Bryant's full career, and LeBron James. Like, to lose Kobe is a significant loss to that trio. You know, you don't think about the NBA from around the 90s till 2020 without thinking of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. That's not true. You lying. Who you talking to, Isaac? What do you mean? Hey, if Houston wins it all,
I'm rooting
I heard
for
it here
Kansas City,
first
but
from
I think the 49ers
Isaac.
are going to win. It's just hard to bet against great defense in any sport. If you got great
I just
defense,
think that the
that's
Clippers
pitching,
and the
that's whatever
Lakers,
it is. Great defense is hard to beat.
They got so much firepower.
Richard Sherman going on. Drummond blocked by Allen. That's the 4th block tonight by Jared Allen. Kyrie in transition. That's going to be off of Allen at the other end.
All right, Detroit basketball.
Impressive block.
And what I like about Jared Allen, look, he's able to
the
guard
Clippers
Derrick Rose, give him a little
dynasty
jab, and
killer
then
in
still
Kawhi
be able
Leonard.
to get to Drummond with
Took
the
out
block.
LeBron
This
in
man
Miami,
is able to move his feet on
and
the
it
perimeter,
just ended
backpack,
the
which is so difficult, and still
Golden
able
State
to block the
Warriors
shot on the
dynasty.
11-point game. Rose. Quick sit dribble finds Galloway.
Galloway wasn't
couldn't get the
expecting
handle on
that.
Derrick Rose tonight has done his share of the heavy lifting. Another 20-point game. He's got 22.
Hey,
That
you know
makes it
what? I
13
don't put it past it
consecutive
now.
contests.
You know,
with
it's going to
20
be
or
a
more
fun
points.
Western Conference Finals with the Lakers and the
Will
Clippers.
it be enough? They trail by 11.
So this is the area I believe that Derrick should get up and pressure here. Don't sit back. You're down. You got to apply the pressure.
Allen kicks it out to Harris from deep.
Joe Harris for a 3.
A little bit of a dagger shot there.
103 to 109. 2 minutes remaining in the ball
Harris is
game.
shooting 40% from deep this season. Markieff Morris for 3.
Markieff Morris for 3.
Back to
112,
11-point game.
123.
Time running out, though. Under 2 minutes to go.
Brooklyn's going to waste all the time. This is the thing. I think Derrick needs to get up. Try and force him into a mistake. But if you're going to sit back and just let 22 seconds go off the shot clock every time, you're not going to be in a very, very good position to come back.
3 on the shot clock. Dinwiddie out top. Over Drummond. Kept alive by Kyrie Irving. In amongst the big
Dorian
boys.
Prince back out to Spencer
And another
Dinwiddie.
possession for Brooklyn.
Yeah, the way we're playing defense,
Dorian
we're not
Prince,
winning
little
today.
show and go. Got it to fall.
Torian Prince with the easy lay-in.
The extra effort paying dividends for Brooklyn. And the lead back up to 13. Brooklyn looking for its 20th win of the season.
Reggie
Jackson's had a
Jackson
good night
getting 3
in
of his own.
limited minutes. Played 25 and counting, so they look like they're going to blow through the minute stop sign just a little bit, not a lot. The season high 23 for him. Allen had it knocked away out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn basketball with 59 seconds to play. Irving and Dinwiddie will get a breather here with a combined 48 points. Kyrie came back tonight. The emotional toll of Kobe Bryant's passing on Sunday afternoon, too overwhelming for him to play that day. And he points towards the heavens as he left the court. Playing with a heavy heart like so many here and in the NBA and frankly globally who love this great game. And there's a look at the 2 seats where Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi sat back on December the 21st, watching the Brooklyn Nets and Kyrie Irving play against the Atlanta Hawks. They pay tribute to those 2 and the 7 others that perished as the fans here with a brief Kobe Bryant chant.
Kyrie egging him on, waving his arms, telling the crowd that he wants to hear more of it. I knew right away. Obviously, you know, all these players playing with heavy hearts. You see so many Kobe Bryant shoes out here. Kyrie Irving wearing his Kyrie and Kobe shoes that were a collaboration that he was. Again, there's these little things that combine players and connect them. And the shoes that he's wearing tonight were a combination of Kyrie and Kobe shoes.
I talked about, there's a look at his shoes. I talked about Kyrie earlier.
You can see the logo there. It has part Mamba, part Kyrie. And that's something that Nike very, very rarely ever does, but they had such a unique, such a bond, and it was amazing.
I talked about Kyrie being born overseas in Australia. In the National Basketball League in Australia, they had a tribute to Kobe down there too, where teams took
LeBron James.
8-second violations and 24-second violations during games as a tribute to Kobe Bryant. It really,
and I don't see Anthony Davis
hard
leaving.
To overstate the global gravity of Kobe Bryant. Born in Italy, salutes to him in the Philippines and in countries in Europe, Italy, Spain.
LeBron's a real GM.
All over the globe. You can see it on social media. It really is bigger than just us here in the United States.
All right,
Ed Malloy coming over to
explain
explain the situation with 54.6 to go. You listened in. What did he have to say? It results in a jump ball.
He said the ball was loose at that moment, so anybody can, so they're calling it a jump ball. And so basically what they're saying is anybody that was on the court can jump.
What's going on, Tezuki? Hopefully
Jackson
I
off
said
the
your
tip.
name correctly. Says Brooklyn go.
The Detroit Pistons are going to lose another game here, half a game. Actually a full game to Brooklyn, who they trailed by 5 in the loss column coming in. And it's going to be an uphill climb for Detroit the rest of the way. A season where management and head coach Dwayne Casey thought that they'd have a good shot of being in the playoffs and being competitive because of the Blake Griffin injury and
says go
Reggie Jackson
or go
injury
next.
early. Really
Shane
crippling the
Lakers
Pistons.
versus Bucks. RPG says realistically.
And meanwhile, the number
the
8
GM
seed going into action
has
tonight
got the chip this year.
will register their 20th win of the season against 26
says
losses.
No, Rockets and Sixers.
And Brooklyn improving to
Charles says Lakers
12 and
versus
12
Heat
at
in the
home.
final.
If they ever get to
Asia
taking
says
care of
Grizzlies
business
beat
here at the
Knicks
crib, Richard,
127 to 106.
team will be dangerous come playoff time.
They
All
will
right,
be.
Brooklyn
It's going
fans,
to be tough because they're going to
congratulations
be
on beating the Detroit Pistons 125 to 115. Game did go final. So I do want to let you guys know the Brooklyn stat sheet, and then followed by the Pistons stat sheet. And if you guys are new to the channel and you guys had fun, definitely hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow I'll be on for Utah and Denver. Friday I'll be on for Portland and the Lakers. Saturday I'll be on for the Sixers and Boston. Sunday I'll be on for the Nuggets and the Pistons, followed by the Super Bowl. And then on Monday, I'll be on for Detroit at Memphis.
And really come out and make an impact on the game. No matter if you're starting or coming off the bench. We've seen special guys do that. We're still finding what our team identity looks like, and that's a good thing for us. It's a test every single night, but I'm glad we came out and handled business. It's a good win.
And obviously it was an emotional win. We saw pregame. You had some clear emotions.
Yeah.
What do you want to share about Kobe Bryant, who we all know you had a
What's
very
going
deep
on,
connection
Willie
to?
Anderson?
Trying to keep my emotions together. I mean, you gotta understand it. Just his family and his friends, and it's just hard to even just conjure up the words. You try to find clear-cut message that you would send to Gigi and Kobe and everybody that lost their lives in such a tragedy like that. It's hard. It's hard, but I've been trying to do this the last few days, just trying to get ready for a moment like this, but I just got to let it be, let it flow. And, you know, I know he's down watching as well as Gigi, as well as the young ball players that were on the plane as well. I was just with them at the Mamba Academy, working out with them in the summertime as well. Those young girls losing their lives. So it's heartbreaking for all of us, but I'm not the only one dealing with something. So I think the most beautiful thing is that it's connecting all of us, and his seeds that he's planted in all of us could continue to grow. And his legacy is going to live on forever, obviously, but that man was a philosopher. He was a teacher. You know, he left so many great things here for us to follow, and I'm just going to continue to carry the torch. You know.
Nothing is easy about this week, and specifically having to make those comments after this win. Yeah. I think your words are going to comfort a lot of people, so thank you for taking the time.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you.
Mark.
Oh, man. Kyrie. Why got to do that to me? All right. So. All right. So, Kyrie Irving played 33 minutes, had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, shot 7 for 16, 2 for 5 from the 3-point line, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 2 steals, 4 turnovers, and 2 fouls. Taurean Prince had 22 points, 7 rebounds and assists, shot 9 for 16, 4 for 8 from the 3-point arc, 4 steals and a turnover, and a foul. I'm sorry. Joe Harris had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 4 for 11, 1 for 6 from the 3-point line. He had a turnover and 3 fouls. Jared Allen had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 for 7 from the field, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 4 blocked shots, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, and 3 fouls. Garrett Temple had 10 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, shot 3 for 6 from the field, 2 for 5 from the 3-point line, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, had a turnover and 2 fouls. Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench had 28 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, shot 8 for 13 from the field, 4 for 8 from the 3-point line, 8 for 11 from the free throw line, 1 turnover, 2 fouls. Karis LeVert had 11 points, 1 assist, 4 for 8 shooting, 0 for 1 from the 3-point line, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 1 steal, 1 foul. DeAndre Jordan had 4 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 2 for 2 from the field, 3 blocked shots, and 2 fouls. Wilson Chandler had 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, shot 1 for 5 from the field, and that was on the 3. He shot all 3-pointers. He had 2 for 3 from the free throw line, and 2 fouls. TLC had 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, was 1 for 1 from the field, and that was for a 3. Made 2 for 2 on his free throws and 1 foul. And for Detroit, Andre Drummond had 12 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, shot 5 for 16 from the field, 2 for 6 from the free throw line, 2 block shots, 2 steals, 5 turnovers, and 4 fouls. Derrick Rose, that got the start, had 22 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, shot 9 for 15, 1 for 2 from the 3, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, and 2 turnovers. Tony Snell, welcome back, had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, shot 2 for 8, and both of those makes were for 3, and shot 2 for 7 on the 3-point line. Had 1 block shot. Bruce Brown had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 3 for 5 from the field, 0 for 1 from the 3-point line, 1 steal, 2 fouls. Sekou Doumbouya, who got the start, only played 8 minutes, was 0 for 2 on 2 3-pointers, 1 steal, and 1 turnover. Markieff Morris had 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, shot 7 for 9, 1 for 2 from the 3, 1 block shot, 3 turnovers, and 3 fouls. Reggie Jackson had 23 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, shot 8 for 14 from the field, 4 for 6 from the 3-point line, 3 for 5 from the free throw line, 1 block shot, 2 turnovers, and 3 fouls. Langston Galloway had 8 points, 1 rebound, 3 for 4 shooting, 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, and 3 fouls. Christian Wood had 20 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, shot 5 for 8 from the field, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, 10 for 11 from the free throw line, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, and 3 fouls. Svi Mihailuk had 3 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, had 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 1 turnover, and 2 fouls. Both teams shot 51%. Both teams shot 38% from the 3-point line. 75% free throw shooting for Detroit, 80% for Brooklyn. 16 turnovers for Detroit, 9 turnovers for Brooklyn. 25 assists for Detroit, 26 assists for Brooklyn. 41 rebounds, 9 offensive for Detroit. 37 rebounds, 8 offensive for Brooklyn. 5 blocks for Detroit, 7 blocks for Brooklyn. 6 steals for Detroit, 8 steals for Brooklyn. 20 personal fouls for Detroit, 19 for Brooklyn. Detroit had the only technical fouls, and they had 2 of them. So that is your box score. And the Brooklyn Nets won 125-115. And just so you guys know, I'll be on tomorrow for Utah at Denver at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's going on, Mary Once? Says Lucky to 127, 115 is greater than 125, 115. Cancel. Yeah, everybody knew that Brooklyn was going to win this game. For one, they're a better team, constructed-wise, as far as outside of Kevin Durant being injured, they're relatively healthy. And they were the better team tonight. They played hard on both ends of the court. And they really put forth an effort that said, hey, we're not going to lose today. Yeah, we'll play with you for 3 quarters, but that 4th quarter we're not gonna lose this game, and that's exactly what they did. It was 30-32, Brooklyn after 1. Then both teams had 38 points in the second. 29 points by Brooklyn to 25 in the third for Detroit, and then 22 points for Detroit to their 26. So that second half it was all Brooklyn. And they let Detroit say, they punched Detroit in the mouth and said, take it. But that's what playoff teams do. We'll play with you in the first half, make you think you got hope. And then that second half, that's the money quarter, or that's the money half. That's when games are decided. And they said, this is our time. This is our half. We are at home, so that's home court advantage. And they went out and performed at a high level. I am very disgusted on how Andre Drummond played. He is a shell of himself today. If you want respect in this league, and you want to win, stop pouting. Stop bickering with the refs because they're not going to be on your side. For one, you're from Detroit. Or you play for Detroit. They're not going to be on your side. Okay? Don't believe me? Go look at the Detroit Lions. Go look at the Detroit Red Wings. Go look at the Detroit Tigers right now. You know, what makes you think because you're the Pistons that you're going to have the refs on your side? No, that's not how it works. You know, so go out there, stay quiet, go out there and use all that frustration playing defense, hustling down the court for an easy lay-in in transition baskets. Do the little things that make you worth a $28 million contract or 27. I forgot exact numbers, but you know, $25+ million that you're getting paid. Go down there and fight for your job. You're gonna be letting go of, I believe it's $27 million next year because you think that the market's gonna pay you. Guess what? The market is gonna see tonight and how you gave up. That's how they're gonna interpret it. You know, and the reason why teams are not giving up a first round draft pick is because they said this point blank period. Andre Drummond has bad habits that does not warrant a first round draft pick. I'll say that again. Andre Drummond has bad habits that will not garner a first round draft pick. If I'm Andre Drummond, I'm taking that to heart. And I'm going to ball my tail off. And then I'm going to go into All-Star break and work my tail off even more. Until, guess what? Now I'm going to make you pay me. You know, that's what contract years are for. You know, it's actually technically a way to leverage the player to make their money. Okay, you want to make this amount of money, go out there and perform your tails off. If you can't do it, we're not going to pay you. You're going to take what we give you. And it might not be what you want. You know, I'm disgusted on how the Pistons are playing. And, you know, I don't want to say tank because that's not my style. But I'm looking at that trade market. I still think you could build around Andre Drummond. He's 26. Next year he'll be in his prime. I still think you can win with Andre Drummond. You know, Asia, that might be a possibility. It might be Dwayne Casey's not, pushing him hard enough. You know, it's hard. It is definitely hard to be a Pistons fan. I mean, I'm a ride or die Pistons, you know. Heck, I got my Lions hat, my Pistons gear on. You know, I'm Detroit through and through. I still love my Phoenix Suns, my Phoenix Diamondbacks, or my Arizona Diamondbacks, my Phoenix Coyotes and Arizona Cardinals as well. But, you know, nothing like, you know, my home team, you know. And it's hard being a fan of my home team, you know. I mean, maybe I got spoiled with the bad boys. Maybe I got spoiled with the going to work Pistons. You know, maybe I got spoiled with great basketball. Played the right way. You know. But if I'm a player or I'm a coach, today was unacceptable. Last game was unacceptable. You know, I don't care if your whole entire team is on injured reserve. I don't care. You still got to play the game. And you know what? If you play good, guess what? You make a name for yourself. Maybe not here in Detroit. Maybe you go off somewhere else and make a name for yourself elsewhere. But it gives teams that thought of, despite every one of their star players gone and this, that, the other, this player really performed. Look how Langston Galloway made a name for himself. He was a journeyman before he came to Detroit. Came to Detroit, really put together some good games, and guess what? Now people are looking to get him. I mean, obviously, I can't say that about Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is a former MVP. I mean, come on now. But, he made a name for himself. Markieff Morris is starting to put together good games. Technically, he's the journeyman. People going to, perfect prime example. Tobias Harris and Marcus Morris, when we had them, people thought we drafted them or we gave up too much for them. Yeah, Marcus was on a kind of a quote unquote steal contract. We got him for what was that, 3 years, $5 million each, for a $15 million deal. Now he'll look back and was like, man, I cheated myself because, I can at least warrant, $8 to $12 million every year. Guaranteed. Because he made a name for himself. He goes out, plays the right way, goes hard every play. I would give up a lot to get Tobias Harris back. I still think we gave up way too much for Blake. I don't know. I didn't understand that trade. I think you needed to, back in the Van Gundy era, you needed a small forward. Finally, Ed Stefanski looked at that roster, in his first real offseason, was like, there's your problem. You don't have a single small forward on your team. Went out and got Tony Snell. Tony Snell's making a name for himself. And kudos to him. I mean, obviously today's being, his first game back. He had a little struggles today, but overall, on the entire season, he's been pretty solid. He's starting to make a name for himself. People are going to want him near that trade deadline. It's like, I don't care if you're injured or not. Go out and perform. If you play like a team and you play from within, look at the San Francisco 49ers. They have a blast. They play off each other. They play for each other. Look where it got them. They're playing in the biggest game of their careers in the Super Bowl. Now, I don't want to compare basketball to football because obviously that's two, way different sport. One, you're allowed to hit somebody. The other one, you get thrown out of the game for hitting somebody. But, you go out there and you play the right way. You play with like you actually want to play. Instead of this jog down the court. Oh, I'm Andre Drummond. I could jog down the court. No, sprint down that court. You got length. You got size. There's no way you should have let Jared Allen have his way with you. He completely owned you outside of that dunk. But that's what winning teams do. They say, I don't care what's our weaknesses. We know what we're good at, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do what we're good at. That's been a problem here in Detroit. And then when we finally start getting things that are good, we traded away for Blake. That's why I said we've never given Andre Drummond a real team to perform with. So does he have bad habits? Absolutely he does. I will never argue that. Yeah, Andre Drummond has bad habits. You know. And I'm not going to put no excuses on you know, on him having you know, a team that's really all on injured reserve. You know, I mean, you had Reggie Jackson miss 42 games. You know, you got your best player in Derrick Rose automatically have to have minute restriction because you're Derrick Rose, and you know you got to stay healthy for a full season. You know, if you have aspirations for playoffs, and then you know, so you got to put him on minute restrictions, and he has days that he has to have off. And then you got, you know, Luke Kennard, who's been out for whatever reason, knee soreness, but it's been a month and a half. Look, I got bad knees and I got a bad back and a bad neck. But guess what? You don't see me taking a month and a half off or at work. You know, like, come on. Oh, well, he runs for his job. It doesn't matter. You suck it up. You go out there and perform. Prime example. Isaiah Thomas. NBA Finals. I believe that was 1988. Yeah, I'm going old school, folks. I'm going when I was 1 year old. Okay. Snapped his ankle. Played the rest of the game on a snapped ankle. Later that night, the Lakers didn't want to help treat Isaiah Thomas. It wasn't until the Oakland Raiders was like, yeah, you can use our facilities. We can get the medical needs that you need to finish out the series. And that's who actually gave the Detroit Bad Boys their nickname, the Bad Boys. You know, exactly, R.I.P. Juice, the Jordan flu game. You know, I mean, today's NBA is a joke. Bunch of, you know, okay, let me speak freely, okay? Back in my day, we called today's NBA a bunch of sissies. Bunch of girls running around. Oh, I got a small little cough. Oh, I got, this hurts a little bit. Man, please. I'm from an era where you were bloody after coming out of a basketball game. Shout out to Garrett Temple. He came out bloody after a basketball game. You know, and he still performed and finished it out. So I got mad respects for Garrett Temple. You know, he took stitches, came back and finished out the game. You know, I mean, I don't know if it's this whole AAU, you know, buddy, this, that, the other. Michael Jordan wasn't trying to team up with no Larry Bird. You know? You know? Shoot. What do you call it? We didn't want to team up with nobody. We said, if you ain't with Rasheed Wallace, this is his quote to Antonio McDyess that offseason after we just won a championship. Look, McDyess, you either going to roll with us or get rolled on. Your choice. Yeah. Hey, you see what Antonio McDyess did? He said, hey, I want some of that. I don't want to get that. I want some of that. Like, signed the very next day. So, you know, we ain't trying to team up with nobody. You either going to roll with us or you're not going to roll with it. Because you're going to get that. You know, my era is tough, hard-nosed. We're going to pound you in the paint. And we're going to dismantle you piece by piece. There's no other way around it. I mean, if you stop and look about it, you know, my high school was Shaquille O'Neal. My youth was, you know, Dennis Rodman and, you know, and Charles Barkley. I mean, you know, they'll throw you around like rag dolls. You know, don't let me bring in, you know, the beginning part of my life where you had Rick Mahorn and Bill Laimbeer and early Dennis Rodman before the crazy hair and all the tattoos and piercings and marrying himself and marrying Madonna and marrying this person, that person, whatever. You know, we had the normal version of Dennis Rodman. But, I mean, you know, yeah, but you see, they were two journeymans. Chauncey Billups, nobody wanted Chauncey Billups. Nobody wanted Richard Hamilton. You know, we got them on a steal. You know, I mean, a lot of people said we overpaid for Ben Wallace. At the time, we got Ben Wallace. Because originally that was for, who was it for? I know it was, Chucky Atkins. It was, that original trade was, Grant Hill for Chucky Atkins. But to make the money work, they threw in Ben Wallace. 4 out of 5 years, Defensive Player of the Years later, we didn't give up that much. Tayshaun was drafted here. You know, 23rd overall. That's why he wore the 22. Because, what do you call it? 22 other teams, you know, slept on him. That was his chip on the shoulder. Chauncey Billups, nobody wanted him. He was a journeyman. That was his chip on his shoulder. Richard Hamilton, yeah, he did learn by Michael Jordan for a year or two. You know, before we sent Jerry Stackhouse over there. And, you know, but, I mean, Jerry Stackhouse for Richard Hamilton, like a prime Jerry Stackhouse for a Richard Hamilton. Hey, come on now. Don't low blow me now with the Darko. The deepest draft in the NBA. And you pick Darko over Chris Bosh. You know, if you really wanted a big, Chris Bosh was your guy. Shoot threes, block shots, dribble the basketball. That was your guy. You picked Darko. But that was the history of Detroit, though. We've never really been a good drafting team. All of our championships, if you really stop and look at it, have been off trades. Hence why Jack Mikowski, his nickname was Trader Jack. He made trades. Joe Dumars made trades. Trading for Ben Wallace. Trading for Richard Hamilton. You know, the only person on that entire squad that really was a significant piece was drafting Tayshaun. You know, so we've never been a good drafting team. So what do you do that's good? You make trades. We traded Tobias Harris, Avery Bradley, and a few other pieces with a first-round pick for Blake Griffin. Yes, Blake Griffin, when healthy, is a star. Yes, I said it. Blake Griffin, when healthy, is a star player. His superstar days is way over, has been over. We even knew that it was over when we went for the trade. We just needed a star in Detroit next to Andre. Oh, I loved Grant Hill. Actually, I met Grant Hill a lot of times. He actually was the reason why I actually got into basketball. he used to come to my mom's job a lot. And, you know, I would ask her questions. And, she would ask and whatever. And, he told me, he was like, hey, why don't you just go to Joe Dumars Fieldhouse? And, they got classes and stuff like that. And I was like, that's what I want to do. Picked up a basketball, and the rest was history. 4-year starter, 4-year team captain. So, rest is history. But, it's just, it's frustrating. It really is frustrating because it's like, we got one of the top benches in the NBA, and it's going to waste because of poor plays. It's been poor plays. You got Andre Drummond walking up the court. Why aren't you running? With your size and your speed and your ability to where you can go up for blocks and things like that, what are you doing? And then the turnovers. Good Lord, the turnovers this year. That's been an Achilles heel. Me growing up in even Pee Wee basketball, my coaches always taught me TCOB. What is TCOB? Take care of ball. Don't turn it over. Make a bounce pass. Make a chest pass. Yeah, you're going at an NBA speed, this, that, the other. It's kind of hard to make those passes, though, Trav. It is, but you are a trained professional. You've been doing it for how many years? We had 16 turnovers to Brooklyn's 9. Andre Drummond had 5 of those 16 alone. Then Markieff Morris had 3. Derrick Rose, Reggie Jackson, and Christian Wood all had 2. And then Bruce Brown, Sekou Doumbouya, and Svi had 1. Oh, they don't want me as a coach. They're going to be running all day until they can start showing some improvements. And Drummond's gonna be at that free throw line until he makes 100 of them in a row. Exactly, Eric. Drummond laughing at the free throw line while missing shots. You were 2 for 6. What are you smiling for? If I could go through screens and into games, I would have hit him right on the back of his head. What are you doing? Grabbed him by his shoulder. What are you doing? Like, you better play. Take it personal. Your job is on the line. If you want to opt out, your job is on the line. Because guess what? Teams see that. Now when you go to try to make a pitch, guess what? What are they going to see? Oh, you were 2 for 6 and you were smiling at the free throw line. Now tell me, why should I pay you $30 million a year? Or why should I pay you $35 million a year? You over here missing free throws and laughing about it. Costing your team precious points. This game should have been a 150 to 100. We should have lost by 50 points. The performance that we played, we should have lost by way more. you know, laughing at the free throw line, you know, walking up the court. Oh, they would have it would be boot camp. Richard Sherman thought that it's bad to be a Patriot way. That's why he didn't sign with Detroit, even though Detroit offered him more money. He thought it would have been bad to be in Detroit because the way we conduct business. Oh, it would have been bad news for Detroit Pistons that they have me as a head coach. Because guess what? I do take my job serious. I do take my job personally. That's why I take YouTube personal. I take, you know, being a cosmetologist personal. Every person that sits in my chair, their name is on their head. Whether I use a pair of scissors on their hair for the cut, color on their hair, clippers on their hair, that's my name. So I take it personal. And have a no casualty policy. You know, on YouTube, I take it personal when, you know, I don't have my webcam or I don't have, you know, different things like that to make my streams that much better for you guys. You know, because I want my streams to be aesthetically pleasing. You know, I take that personal. So like yesterday, they copyrighted me on a music that I had no control over. I took it personally. You know, I can't even stand the song they copyrighted me, so now I really don't like that song. Hey, I probably would be. But you see, I'm a person, I got a short fuse as well. Like, if you're the way that you're playing Andre Drummond, you would have been the first person to hit the showers and go back to Detroit. And then when you got back, you would have had to deal with Ed Stefanski, and I would have made sure you got suspended for a game, at least, with no pay. Plus losing out the pay in the game. So that would have been 2 games you would have not got paid for. I bet you're not going to smile now at the free throw line being 2 for 6. I bet you're not going to walk up and down the court trying to cherry pick. Get out of here with that cherry picking mess. Yeah, absolutely, Eric. Absolutely. This era of players don't care. They just want to get paid. You know, and that's why, you know, I love kind of Kobe Bryant. Because there's not going to be a guy like Kobe. He never had a rest day. He never had days off. He never took breaks. He never really complained about nothing. He took it all personal. Went in that gym while everyone on the U.S. basketball team was asleep at 4 or 5 in the morning, working out. While everybody still has crust in their eyes, he's already 3-4 hours into a workout. You know? Yeah, that's why the video got privated. I'm gonna take out that. I'm gonna lose the chat in that one. You know, but I'm gonna take out that song. It was at like the 12-minute mark and to 13-minute, and it's gonna kill my entire chat. But you know, it is what it is. I can't stand that song. But you know. All right, you guys, but I've been on long enough. Trox baseball's like that too. Yeah. But between baseball and hockey, they're like one of the lower paying sports. So I could understand why they will, complain about, the money situation. Um, they don't get paid like an NFL player. They don't get paid like an NBA player. Because guess what? With that kind of pay, there's more responsibilities. There should only be literally no more than about 5 people to get paid what guys like Blake Griffin gets paid. Your Kevin Durant's, your Kawhi Leonard's, your James Harden's, your LeBron James's, your Anthony Davis's. That's really about it. That should be who's getting paid in that $40 million range. Because you hold the league on your back. Those guys, you got to hold the league on your back. Now, obviously, the younger guys like your Luka Doncic's, your Greek Freaks, and things like that, yeah, that's going to be the next era that holds the league to such high standards. They're going to get that $40 million. But as far as, yeah, Steph Curry as well, absolutely. With what he does on a basketball court, that shouldn't be possible. I've seen a lot of crazy people, in my time. I've seen the Allen Iversons. I've seen the Reggie Millers. Who you think that eventually you're going to get tired. Fourth quarter, overtime, double overtime. You're still running at the same exact speed as you did at the opening tip. Like, who does that? But in today's era, you don't see that. You don't see a Richard Hamilton's, Reggie Miller's. The mid-range game is gone. It's legitimately dead. It's either a layup or a dunk or it's a 3-point shot. You don't see the mid-range game anymore. Oh, we want to be more pleasing and more beautiful and more graceful. All I care about is points being put up and defense being played. Because at the end of the day, that's what basketball is. Points getting up and defense being played. He'll eat you alive in there. Who are you talking about? Oh, Giannis? Oh yeah, Giannis down low? Come on now. Giannis gotten bigger. And with that, that's why now you see Siakam coming into his own. Because he got bigger. I say within the next, I want to say probably next year. Next year you're gonna see a real big leap on Siakam. If he continues his trajectory, I think either next year or following year the latest. But as early as next year, like this year, you're looking at him like, okay, this boy can ball. Next year, you're going to be like, okay, I see you. That following year, you're going to be like, hey, this man deserves the MVP. And that's due to his size. He's getting bigger. He's able to play in that frame. He's able to, do different things that his skill set and his body allows him to do. And that's, the key in basketball, is finding that perfect balance of, okay, how can I be at this amount of weight that I need to be at to withstand an 82-game season plus, first person to 16 in the playoffs, to withstand that as well as play within my skill set. And when you could do that and balance that, 9 out of 10 times you're going to be a valuable piece on a team. Maybe you're the best player on the team, or maybe you're that special role player that teams are salivating for because they need that. Like look at Lou Williams and Patrick Beverley. They found that perfect balance of their weight and their skill set. They're arguably one of the best 1-2 punches that you got to deal with. That's legitimately a two-headed monster that you're like, how do I guard that? And why do they have two of that? Plus, you got to deal with Kawhi and Kawhi and Paul George. Hey, leave my brother alone. I know you just messing around. But no, Gridiron Blitz would be on for Super Bowl. But yeah, so if you guys are not subscribed, definitely go into my description on this stream or go to my page, and on my page you'll say channels. Go on there and subscribe to every member that's on that list. They bring great content for you guys. The Gridiron Blitz, he helped create me. Real talk. I didn't know how to make a video. He sat down with me, met me at a coffee shop, met with me, and showed me, hey, you need to make sure you have this. You need to make sure you have that. Make sure your audio is good, and the rest is all you. And here I am. 1.39. Hey. All right, Gridiron. I see you, brother. Oh, yeah, that's right. You did change the name. See, you should put TG12. So then I'll know, because you had Packers Nation number 12. But I see you, Gridiron. All right, brother. Hey, you see I got your back. But he teach you how to make a sandwich. Hey, speaking of which, I gotta go eat. I haven't ate yet. But I've been talking with you guys because I missed you guys all. Yesterday it was a slow day. On YouTube. But but man, you guys have truly been awesome. Did he teach you how to make a sandwich? Let me make you a sandwich. Pull up out of nowhere. He needs some milk. But but all right, you guys, it is 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I am going to definitely need to get off, eat something, take my shower before bed, and get up so I can go to work tomorrow. And then get my thumbnails ready and everything like that for Utah and Denver tomorrow. That'll be at 10:30 at night, Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully you guys can all rock with me. I enjoy you guys. I really do. You guys are truly awesome. And then, Friday we got the Portland and Lakers game at 10 o'clock. I definitely need to stop doing these later games, especially on a Friday, but I don't get out till late. So it's like the only time I could do a game. Because, Saturdays is my early days at work. And, yeah, man, your boy be tired on Saturday mornings. But you know me. And if you don't know me, let's do a little class real quick. I I hardly sleep. You know, I'll get off now. I'll eat my dinner. I'll go take my shower, and I'm trying to get better on YouTube. Or I'm trying to if I know I got something at work and I'm not 100% sure, I'm doing more research on it. Because like I said, I have a no casualty policy. Um I do hair for a living, Asia. I'm a cosmetologist, so I do guys and girls hair as well as children hair. Um you know, and I will say this, me as a me working on like African American hair, uh my uh wash, blow dry and curl game out of this world. Me and my flat iron, deadly combination. And I am going to be making a hair channel. Uh you know, that's going to be something I do probably a little down the road. I want to make sure I'm settled on here, uh, you know, first. And no, cosmetologists. I mean, you can do makeup, but uh, I could do everything a barber can do, except I can't use a straight blade, if that makes sense. And barbers can do everything a cosmetologist can do, except he can use a straight blade. For the hot towel neck shaves. And best believe I want to go back to school and get that license as well. Because I definitely want to learn how to do them straight blade neck shaves and you know, get the old school lather, the hot towel, you know. No, no, no. We don't do that. Uh I mean, there's some people that do. That ain't my style. Uh, you know, but you know, it's like, you know, I want to learn that, you know, because it's like I enjoy getting it done. Like I enjoy getting a hot towel neck shave, you know, with the old school lather, the belt that sharpens up the brand new blade, you know. I miss that stuff. I enjoy getting that. So, you know, I want to go to school and give somebody that might not get that treatment, get that, you know, for the first time. Because I tell you what, once you do get it done, you're going to be hooked and hooked on phonics with it. And girls, yes, you girls can get it done too. Uh, you know, especially those girls that wear like a short little pixie cut and things like that. You get the little straight blade on the edges and stuff. And yeah, I do my daughter's hair. You know, I do all my family's hair. I do their kids' hair, and you know, it's fun. You know, I enjoy it. You know, and then I love talking sports, so I'm doing the best of both worlds. You know, and that's why I would love to do a YouTube channel for about hair. You know, as well. I follow a few people, and they put out that work, so I know if I'm gonna, you know, I know what I'm in for. If I do that route, and you know, so we're gonna have some fun, definitely. Um, oh yeah, hey, don't let me do your hair with the flat iron, cause I'll get you looking right. And fellas, hey, I'll get that blurry fade. My fade game, y'all don't want none. Waivers too. I got yous. Oh yeah, versatile. But you know, I give a lot of credit. I worked out originally out in Southfield, and that actually taught me a lot in the hair game. Uh, Me and that person is not friends anymore. Um, he wishes I'm dead, and I wish he's dead. I know that's sad to say, because he was my best friend, but That's why I guess you don't do friends and business at the same time, because bad things come out of it. I don't do braids, but that is one thing I am trying to get a hold of one of my former classmates, and I want to teach her how to do clipper cuts, uh, and fades and wave cuts and things like that, in exchange to learn how to braid. Because hey, every little bit, that definitely gets you. The more you do, and the more and the more you can show your work and show good work. Because anybody can really do work, but how many can do good work? That separates people in the game. Uh, you know, so there's definitely some things I want to learn. Uh, you know, the only issue is, I really don't have time to take off of work to go to school. I gotta. Hey, bills don't pay themselves. I wish they did. Because if bills could pay themselves, your boy would be a dangerous man. Because not only would I be doing sports full time, I'd also do hair channel full time, and just be enjoying life. I would actually travel. In fact, I would travel for both my channels. So, say if I want to do, say tonight, go to Brooklyn, cut hair in Brooklyn, and at night do a live game show, and then come home. Like, I would love to do that. It's a dream of mine. Uh, I know that won't be for, that probably won't be for at least about 10 years. To be able to do something like that, that's at least a 10-year down the road. I'm cool with that. Because it who knows how good my skill set can get in 10 years. Maybe at that time I'll learn how to braid and put out some crazy braids, with do a crazy braid thing, and then get the nice blurry taper with it. you know you know because I always got to put my little extra on it. Gotta put that blurry with the braids. But and there's some tools, man, I have got to get. There's so many new things I want to do, and and definitely upgrade what I'm doing. Here on my sports channel, as well as at work. There's so many new tools and techniques, and even techniques I already know, but don't have the go abouts to be able to get the tool. There's some tools I want to upgrade and things like that. Like, I would love to go get them that candy apple red with the gold. It's the BLITZ FX. Man, them boys are nice. BLITZ has stepped their game up in the Clipper game. I'm not a fan of their ball shavers, or electric shavers. I call them the ball shavers. But all right, I am starting to ramble. I am hungry. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Real talk. You guys are amazing. You know, I definitely appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a blessed night. And I will see you tomorrow at what time does that game start? At 10:30 tomorrow. So I will see you guys 10:30 tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, I love you guys, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow. With that being said, this is Troxel Sports Talk. Have a nice night. and I'm out. Peace.